Stream is live. 5 seconds in.
Wow.
Noah. I'm the cat. What up? Detroit Gill. Oblivion. What up? What up, everybody? Come on in. Come on in. All right. Well, Spike, give me a sound check.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2 1 2, mic check.
FIFO.
Yo.
Shelton.
Mic check, 1 2.
Q.
I bomb atomically.
All right, everybody. We sound good, everybody.
That's good.
Let me know. FIFO, while we waiting on people to kind of
Join.
check in. Lou been taking a walk on the wild side, bro.
You said who?
Lou,
What you mean?
listen to some Key Glock.
Oh my God.
Listen to some Key Glock today.
Okay.
Blizzard.
So what's good, bro? You fucking with Key Glock?
No.
Oh my God.
Blizzard.
You tripping.
Appreciate it, Big Lou.
Nah, what I will say is it wasn't the worst that I heard today. I listened. I was venturing out today, and I listened to. I'm gonna tell you exactly who I listened to.
I think one was NLE Chopper.
Nah, it wasn't in
Oh,
LA
wasn't
Chopper.
NLE?
It was. Jeez, come on.
What up, Marty?
Baby Drill.
Don't know who that is.
Yes, him
He was on
dude.
feature on one of the albums we reviewed.
Rob 49.
Okay, I know who
Lord.
he is.
Interesting.
Terrible.
You was in the ghetto with that, my boy.
Hey, you ain't never lied, Q. And Boss Man D-Lo.
Never heard of him.
If you want
Man,
D-Lo, you want to boss off your
I
life,
heard him on Twitter.
gotta get it with me.
Yeah, you've heard the song. You want to get it in your life? Bad
wanna boss
bitch
up your
on the
life?
50th floor eating hibachi.
Yeah,
You know it.
Yeah, Q saying they saying that's the song of the summer so far, or the year so far.
That shit is so hard. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Him and
You
Rick
like
Ross.
that, Q?
Him and Rick
That
Ross
shit
been
is so
getting
good.
into it.
I'm sorry. That's so funny, man.
Yeah, I
Nah,
told you,
bro,
kid.
you lying.
I told you
Q
people was
messing with
fucking
you,
with
bro.
it, man.
No, that shit is so good, man. I love that shit. That shit's great.
It is.
Man,
All you
Lou
gotta do
played
is get it
that
with
shit.
me. All you gotta do
Lou
is
played
get it
that
with
shit
me,
early.
Spike.
I was like, there's no way that's
I'm gonna play
the
to get a
hottest
tub.
joint
I'm
out.
gonna walk a ticket. Yeah, he is. It was.
I don't pay to
wild.
get in the club. Come on, man.
The flow is crazy. I'm gonna send you the song.
All right,
people.
send it. I'll listen to it
The
on the
flow
way
is
home.
insane though.
Damn, Big Lou even said the same thing. Man, what in the world going? Man, I don't know
Hey,
what's going on,
look, we
bro.
done ventured into some joints that we like. I don't. This
Hey,
is where hip hop going.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what this song is. Like,
You listen to the Kanye yet?
I
What you
wasn't
think
mad
about
at it. I think that he was really angry on there, and he don't rap no more. All he do is like chant and just. And man, like it ain't even no coherent bars no more. He just done gave up on rapping. It's
doing
just like,
shit.
yeah, I'm just gonna float in and just say some shit every now and then. Yeah. Like, bro, what is going
Shit is
on?
crazy. Like, what is he
This shit
talking
is
about?
insane.
Oh man,
That shit hard, man. I'm sorry. That shit is so good to me too, man.
What's good?
Hey, Q, I
Kanye?
kind of mess with it
I
too,
love
bro.
that album, bro. It's like he just
That
sounds
shit-
insane, bro. He insane.
That
He
shit
sounds
is
insane.
low grade mid, bro.
He sounds
It's
insane.
so
and it's
good,
definitely
man.
is.
That shit is low grade
Crazy.
mid, bro.
Freddie Gibbs went crazy. I'm from the crack.
Nah, I definitely fuck with Freddie on it. Man, bro, this shit so mid, you can't even roll it up and smoke it, bro. You gotta put that, you gotta crumble it up and put it in a bowl, bro.
A pipe,
think
a
he got,
little pipe, bro.
It's at least like
You can't
5
even
or
waste
6
paper on it.
I'm gonna tell you right now, people. When the tequila going, there's 5 or 6 joints on the album that's like, all right, Burn is tough, like
Paid.
Backbeat, like
Paid.
Hate is like
I like Paid, bro.
like problematic. That shit is alright, man. I don't know.
All right,
I feel it though. I ain't
Anyway.
trying to convert nobody to uses.
All right, so I think we all good. That's a little pre-show music chat. Let's go ahead and get started. This is the place where sports opinions collide. Dead in sports. I'm your host, Kenneth Beans. Joining me on the show, we have Q.
What up?
We have FIFO,
What it do?
Shelton,
What's happening?
and we have Spike.
What up, though?
Thank you guys for tuning in. Okay. Because I saw my name in the chat. I was like, what? What are you talking about? I didn't say anything. Anyway, but yeah, draft the free agency. But yeah, man, everything's been quiet for the most part. We had the Super Bowl last week. Yeah, last week, and then it rolled right into the NBA All-Star game, which was an interesting kind of scheduling that happened there.
Back to back.
Yeah. So it's honestly, it's been a little bit slow for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Outside of things here or there, but there was a lot of conversation though about the All-Star game, and we're going to get into the All-Star game, which is why we have brother Q here with us. So yeah, FIFO, you up the bat, bro. This is your season.
I'm gonna say basketball season is the slow season.
Oh, come on, man.
It don't get good until like June. Y'all bear with us, please.
So the numbers spike during basketball season.
That is true. I was so surprised to hear that.
Wait, what happened? What was that?
So the numbers spike during basketball season.
Remember, I asked you that when we was going over them at the end of the year. I was like, how are all of these shows, basketball shows, that are highest rated?
Oh yeah. No, we have
We're a basketball show first.
I was shocked.
Football second.
Until I got here and brought the Cowboy Nation with me, baby. And
that's why they're home not watching.
downhill from there. It is very much
basketball
NBA
section.
heavy. Yeah,
you totally
yeah, very much NBA heavy.
I would say more storylines on NBA. Wouldn't you?
No. What?
No, I would definitely say NFL has
NFL has done it
because it's more parody.
They've gotten the drama up over the last couple of years.
I agree, but the NFL is the only place in sports where you can go last to first year over year. You know what I'm saying? You look at the NFC South. Every year, it's a new winner in the division. You know what I'm saying? The Mahomes thing is crazy. So, yes, I definitely think the NFL has more storylines. I can't answer why basketball does so great on our show.
What about off the
because
court?
we're a black show.
I was gonna say, I think basketball got more for like the in-depth fan, the fan that is really following. They have more storylines there.
Yeah.
But mainstream storylines, I would say NFL. But like, just did you see this happen in Milwaukee or some crazy shit like that y'all might have seen with the Hornets or something?
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of stuff out there. It's just fair weather fans really don't pay attention to it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how many people paid attention to the All-Star weekend, but apparently it wasn't all that great. And so let's get into it. Let's start off, man. People are calling the NBA All-Star game dead. I saw in the chat that 12 Cal said he is out of there. He is done. Shout out to 12 Cal. After the East blew out. After the East blowout victory, do you agree? Is the NBA All-Star dead? And if so, can it be fixed?
It is dead. This is one of the few years where I tuned in and then I tuned right the hell out.
How long did you stay?
I stayed maybe for like a quarter. Like I was cooking. I had it in on the kitchen and in my family room. I wanted my son, say even though he young, I know he don't know what's happening, but sports is a big part of me and something that I want him to grow up with. And so I had it on. Yeah, bro. Like I didn't last long because it's non-competitive, and I have some numbers that I believe I shared with us on IG. So the most viewed in the last since 2003. So we're talking like 11 years or 10 years from 2003 to 2003. The most viewed NBA All-Star game was in 2003. It was almost 11 million viewers. In 2003, it was the lowest rated at 4.6, with the median being, if I'm just looking at these numbers and averaging it out, it's around 7 million viewers. Typically.
What year was the most viewed?
2003 at about 11 million, 10.8.
The lowest was
2023.
Okay,
4.6.
Gotcha.
I thought he was
I
saying
heard
the same thing.
too. I was like,
I said the same thing. My bad. My bad.
That's the best and the worst.
23. So 03 was the best. 2023,
Gotcha.
20 years later, it was the worst. And it's only on the decline. I'm pretty sure that in 2024, the numbers are even lower than that. And the thing is that does it have to be uber competitive like it once was, like in the 80s and 90s? It doesn't have to be competitive to that degree.
Even in the 2000s.
Even in the 2000s, it was relatively competitive. Like, are you playful? Yeah, but at some point it gets, say egos, pride, things happen where you turn it up. And we have not seen that. I think the rule of playing to a certain number, like they had a couple of years ago, we talked about that show tonight. That was good. I don't know why they went away from mixing the squads, because I thought that was good too. Because it brought a street ball element to it. Like, I got them, I got him. I like that. But what we just witnessed, and not just the All-Star game, the All-Star weekend, is just very lackluster. And I also want to talk about the comments of what Stephen A. said in regards to LeBron James single-handedly killing the slam dunk contest. As asinine as that sounds, I agree with him to a degree. Because since LeBron came into the league in 2003, there's only been 6 All-Stars to participate in the slam dunk contest.
And that's LeBron's fault.
What did he say exactly?
And I'm paraphrasing, but essentially, prior to LeBron, there was nothing but All-Stars and Hall of Famers that used to participate in that contest. And now, since LeBron, and it wasn't because LeBron was injured, he just said, no, I'm not doing it. And here's the thing, Lou, you could feel any type of way that you want to feel, but let's be honest, LeBron sets precedent for the entire league. The way that he's been able to maneuver free agency, the way that he's dictated how, when, and where he goes, and the way that he's done it with Clutch Sports. Technically, he's not the owner, but the person that runs it is my homie. You know what I'm saying? So the way he's been able to manipulate the entire NBA, just think about how many NBA players are Clutch Sports clients.
How many are LeBron James though?
Right.
I understand.
I feel like that's the part of, and I'll let Q take this because I know he's gonna have way more informative stuff to say about basketball. But I do feel like that's the point of why it's starting to suck, because this generation of basketball players are a lot more entitled. They feel like that since LeBron didn't do it, I don't have to do it. Well, nigga, you're not LeBron. Like, it's one LeBron, and then before him it was Mike. Like, Anthony Edwards isn't LeBron James. Even though he's going to be a great basketball player, he probably won't go down in history as LeBron or anybody else who could compete in the dunk contest. Like, LeBron had a valid reason. I am the biggest star in the
valid
sport.
reason?
Yeah, absolutely. Bro, all the stuff that you just gave was a valid reason. I got shit to do All-Star weekend. I got Clutch people
What
to
do you
sign.
mean? He playing in the game.
That's cool.
You're already part of All-Star
Then I'll be
weekend.
here Sunday or Monday or Saturday. But
Kobe did it.
Wait. I'm just saying.
Was Kobe a superstar?
Yes.
Not when he did it. He wasn't
What?
Kobe Bryant.
What are you talking? This man didn't
And
even even start on his
on
own
top of
team
that-
and started in the All-Star game.
Okay.
So what does that say?
I concede that, but on top of that, none of these people are as big of stars as LeBron. None of those are entities like LeBron James is. You just explained it with Clutch. Part of the problem with these dudes in this generation, even wanting to get paid for the All-Star game, they don't. I said it in the chat. LeBron, I will include in this, but the other generation, they wanted to play basketball. These dudes just know how to play basketball, and they want to be paid for playing basketball. The other dudes was out here to hoop. I'm out here to prove myself. So I'm going to do the dunk contest. I'm going to do the three-point contest because I want to show my skill set. I think the other generations were all there for that, and it showed all through NBA All-Star Weekend. That shit used to be exciting. But now the new generation, they like, bro, I just so happen to know how to play basketball. I would rather be on Instagram. I would rather be hosting parties. I would rather be doing all this other shit.
And I don't disagree. However, it's a league, right? And they have a commissioner. And the commissioner has to keep the integrity of the game by any means necessary because it's a business. So if that means that now we make 50 times what we were making during Jordan's era, and these kids are entitled, well, let's make it worth their while.
It should be incentivized.
Exactly.
It should be at this point.
It's a business.
Yeah,
And that's what you're talking about.
Just like we talked about the play-in was more competitive than it would have been had it not been incentivized. In-season tournament. Yeah. That's what I meant. I'm sorry. You incentivize it at this point if that's what you need to do to revive it. These guys, evidently, they're not thriving off competition anymore. They're friends. Everybody cool. That's my boy. I can talk to him on FaceTime whenever I feel like it. Back in the day, they didn't care nothing about each other. They didn't want to talk to each other.
They wanted to play basketball.
Yeah, they wanted to play ball and beat each other's heads in.
Because it was about proving a point. Because I may have heard of you, but I don't know you. So the first time that I may see you is in the NBA. But I heard of you. And the first time I may play you may be in college. Now, look, I'll take it back to LeBron, right? In the ABCD camp, the Nike ABCD camp. I can't remember the dude's name. I think I shared it with us on IG.
I remember what you're talking about.
But there was a number one player in the country, right? And this predates social media, right? LeBron didn't really know who he was. He didn't know who LeBron was. And in this camp, it was like, LeBron about, is that guy.
Mm-hmm. Lenny Cook.
Thank you.
You know I'm bad with names.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And LeBron, and you know, before social media, how did we see LeBron on ESPN? Like
Sports Illustrated.
I have a question, and I'm gonna hand it to you, Q. How big of a superstar was Sean Kemp? Was he on MJ level?
No.
Dominic Wilkins?
No.
Maybe?
No.
He's a tier below.
He wasn't Dominique.
No, he wasn't.
Dominique
but he was a
about
tier below.
2 tiers below.
A couple tiers below.
Mike?
No.
Michael Jordan?
No, Mike, then Dominique, and then Sean Kemp is below that.
No,
I would say
you had
Dominique.
Yeah,
but definitely not
on the
LeBron
same
James,
level.
right?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, because in '91, he was the only name. I mean, there were other names, but he was probably the one that people would know the most. But yeah, 91, you had D. Brown, Sean Kemp, Rex Chapman, Kenny Smith, Kenny Williams, Blue Edwards, Otis Smith, Kendall Gill. 92, Cedric Sabalas, Larry Johnson, Nick Anderson, John Starks, Doug West, Sean Kemp, Stacey Augman, Harold Miner after that, Clarence Weatherspoon. Y'all see what I'm going?
Yeah.
But
How's that LeBron fault, bro? This shit started way before LeBron got there.
Hold on. First off, you named at least a couple of All-Stars throughout that. Larry Johnson. I'm just saying.
Larry Johnson is All-Star.
Not at the time he was in the dunk contest.
I know, but he was ascending, and we knew him from UNLV. Like they had that championship.
Where are the
He
superstars?
wasn't
Yeah,
LeBron
they're not.
James.
That's the point. Where are the superstars,
though,
bro?
None of them were.
Stephen A. Smith sounds crazy.
Yeah.
So you don't think that LeBron set a precedent of guys and obviously look, there's only literally a handful of players that's on LeBron's level in terms of superstar.
It's LeBron. That's the thing. I think that's the point that we're trying to.
But yeah, go ahead.
It's
Q.
LeBron, and then it's everybody else.
Let me interject here. Asking LeBron James at any point to participate in the dunk contest is like asking Nas to freestyle on Breakfast Club on Power 105, bro. Like that shit is Nas, kick it to 16, bro. Like asking Jay-Z to come up to the in 2001 and be like, yo, Hov, let's kick us a freestyle at Hot 97. If he wants to, he will, but it should be up to him because Michael Jordan was definitely a superstar at the time in which he participated in the dunk contest. But he's kind of an anomaly because Kobe Bryant was airballing against Utah when he was playing in the dunk contest. You know what I mean? So this is not the same as like asking 06 Kobe to be in the dunk contest. In my opinion, what we're talking about here is we're talking about workers' rights and protections. If we're talking about entertainers are still workers. And the NFL codifies their athletes as entertainers. The NBA codifies their athletes as athletes. And you can look that up. But regardless, this is still entertainment. And we're talking about workers' protections. If you want a guy like Anthony Edwards or Devin Booker or Nikola Jokic to go hard against their peers, you need to, like you all have been saying, incentivize the game. There's two words that can make this game so much better for everybody. And that's tax-free. If you make the money tax-free and you get incentivized, but that's what they need to do. Everyone always wants to look at what the
that's government though.
I understand that. I understand that, but there's ways around that, and there's ways around that through charity. There's ways around that through, you know what I'm saying, for people. There's ways around that through charity. There's ways around that through deductibles. There's ways around that through incentives, through in contracts that you sign at the beginning of the year, or whatever the 5-year contract is for max guys. You can incentivize it for guys who are coming up on their deals. There's ways to do that and put it in like the new CBA. And I feel as though the conversation that Stephen A is having is just, Stephen A's whole function on ESPN, in my opinion, is he's supposed to parrot the ownership class's objectives, is take away player empowerment. There's guys who are installed within media on the NBA side to try to degrade the legitimacy of player empowerment because they don't like the fact that black men have that much power over their careers. And I feel like Stephen A, whether it's coming from a fan perspective or not, he doesn't understand that this is about workers' rights and workers' protections. If you want Anthony Edwards and these guys to go hard, incentivize it. That's the only way around it. Why do you? There's no protection against a guy who tears his Achilles trying to go hard against his peer when the example against you going at UCLA and guys go harder at UCLA. I know that clip of Kobe Bryant has been circulating when he says guys go harder at UCLA camps than they do at the All-Star game. But the difference is that guys are trying to condition at that point, so they are willing to put that risk on. You know what I mean? Like risk aversion is all about reward and about loss, potential loss. So
you play basketball, right?
Facts.
Right. So you know that when you go half speed or lower, you're actually more susceptible to injury than when you go harder. And here's the thing, it's an all-star game. I'm not saying that they need to go 115% like it's game 7. I'm not that's not the point, because an all-star game, to Q's point, it is entertainment, and it's supposed to be entertainment at from an entertainer's perspective, not from a I'm gonna leave it all on the court perspective, and that's why the All-Star game used to be good, because it was a slight balance. Now I 100% agree with you, regardless of the ways around making it tax-free. You can't technically do that, but I understand what you're saying, and I 1,000,000% agree with you with incentivizing it. Also, I want to say, who was it? I'm bad with names. Somebody just said this. Where why don't you make it where whoever wins the All-Star game hosts the finals
games instead of
like the NBA, MLB All-Star game?
Baseball did that too.
You know what I'm saying? So like incentivize it in multiple ways, not only from a monetary perspective, but if the East wins it, whoever represents the East gets home court advantage in the finals. That right there is like, oh, okay, because now you know that the top guys, the Giannis's, the Jason Tatum's, the who else is in the East that's real big. If Joel Embiid was, playing, those guys are going to go a little bit harder. And at the end of the day, I can't be going at 80% and you go at 30. That's not like, you're a basketball player. You're going to raise your level of play. And the top guys in the West, the LeBrons, the ADs, the Stephs, those guys are going to raise their level of play as well. So my thing is that Adam Silver has to figure out a multitude of ways of incentivizing the entire All-Star weekend. I like the thing, I'm bad with names, Shorty and Steph going at it in the three-point.
Sabrina, she's tough.
She only lost by 3, bro.
That was dope.
That says a lot.
In my opinion, the All-Star weekend, the way that you can incentivize it is you have to include seeding incentivizations, where it's like, yes, the seeding of the winning conference, whether in order of the teams that have the highest scoring points, in my opinion, the guy who gets the most points and like whatever, that should be the team that represents, okay, if Anthony Edwards scores 50 and everyone else scores less than that, then Minnesota has the highest seed and they get home court advantage throughout the playoffs. And then
I don't know if you can do it.
Yeah.
But
that's a bit far.
Yeah.
But that's how you would get the maximum effort that everyone wants to see. Like Kobe says I think it wasn't All the Smoke, but it was another podcast like that with Darius Miles. And Kobe saying
Knuckleheads.
It's the Knuckleheads podcast, where he says if you want to have the best All-Star weekend, fans want to see the best pickup game possible.
Yes.
Fans want to be on the sidelines at UCLA. They want to be on the sidelines at UNLV, where guys are in the midst of their conditioning and see, oh shit, Kobe Bryant's going against James Harden and Russell Westbrook is on the other team and KD's in the gym, and like, okay, I want to see what actual guys hoop like. The way to incentivize that would have to be through seeding, whether it be like the top 2 guys on each conference get home court, or the top 8 guys who are the highest scoring. It goes in order of whoever gets knocked out first, then the next team. You know what I mean?
It's just tough because it's a team sport. And,
exactly.
And the fact that you got, you're putting on this man, all the hard work that I do in these 82 games that we got to play this year is going to be null and void. So that's the only problem with that I would have. I do agree with you. They tried to beef it up. They had Andre Iguodala and Dr. J and a couple people talk to them about competition before the game. Like, look, we need y'all to
I mean,
y'all to play, and we saw what that led to.
help.
Nothing.
I know, but Shelton, that's nice, but it's like Paul George was playing in a USA exhibition game and snapped his leg in two. So it's like he's
So if they
I don't-
what if they
he's
cover
traumatized.
injuries? What if they cover injuries?
What do you mean they
If-
cover injuries?
What if you get injured in an exhibition game, you still get like if the owners would sign off on it, do you think they would play harder?
What do you mean the owner signed off?
So you guys are saying that they're scared to get hurt, and they're scared
It's
to
not,
get hurt.
I don't think it's about scared of getting hurt. That's not the reason why they're not going hard. They're not going hard because it's a different mindset of the player. Look, I saw this.
So wait. Mm-hmm. They used to play harder back in the other previous games, right? Y'all
Yes.
were saying, but they didn't make as much money as the
Mindset.
players make
It wasn't
now.
about-
But
yeah.
y'all are telling me
It
that
was-
they should get more
mindset, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was
money. So
saying.
why would you pay them more money if they already are not paying hard?
Because you're paying them money to pay hard.
But I so disagree with that idea that it's the mindset. It's not
I'm
mindset.
with you.
Don't let these owners mystify this shit like it's so mystical of why are they playing harder back then. The reason why they're playing harder back then is because that's how you made your name. My nigga, I got one of these. I don't need to play hard in the game now, bro.
So how does that not lend to mindset? Because because you're proving my point.
Because it's money.
No, it's not just money. It's not
But
just
it's always
money.
been money.
But Q, look, listen. You just proved my point about mindset. Because I have this and now I could just use this to prove who I am and how good I am. Back then, they didn't have that. The only time that you got
was
any
the
type
stage.
of
You see it.
exposure was in All-Star
you're
games.
right. You see it like I got a cousin that played D1 basketball, and a lot of his Instagram posts was him sitting in the gym taking pictures of his shoes. Back then, they didn't care nothing about none of that stuff. All they cared about was playing, hooping, and being
Mindset.
the best to do it. I want to be the best to do it. So it wasn't necessarily about the money. It was about the competitiveness.
Hold on, pause before you go. How many followers does he have on social media?
A ton. I
Right?
can't remember exactly.
So he gets the eyeballs. Back then, the only way you would get eyeballs was I would annihilate you. Me and you on the court, and they say that you better than me. I don't even really know who you are. I'm gonna annihilate you. We're in the All-Star game. We in a pickup session. I'm gonna annihilate you because I know that's the only way that I'm going to get people to look at me.
And I look at it
Because-
too like, oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Because Shelton, money is the motive. Regardless of what these niggas told you back in 1988 when they was hip hop, you know what I mean, whatever the fuck they was talking about back then, it was always money, bro. Like Jordan and them were
I don't
doing
disagree.
it. I'm not saying that Jordan didn't have the killer instinct to want to go hard.
But it's
I was
access though, Q.
That's what-
access
that's
is the
the
difference.
small-
That's where
Access is the difference.
that's where I was going to disagree.
Is it culture?
That's where I was going to disagree. It is
not
culture.
Is it not culture?
I was going to say more so than money was culture. Back then it was about pride. Everything was about pride and going hard. Like I said, you can see Isaiah Thomas and Jordan got money, but they can't stand each other today.
But
And you had
still-
a different class of NBA players. I think that the guys were hungrier. I'm not going to say mindset, but I do think you had a hungrier NBA player back then, coming from a lot different circumstances that they grew up in.
Exactly,
Now you
right.
have you have rich basketball. Like the kids that play basketball, they are
100%.
rich kids. They can play
Right.
AAU all
Yeah,
year.
these-
I
yeah,
know what
these
this is.
guys making money beforehand.
It's not even rich kids. What
It is. It's rich
is
kids. You got to be able to
spite.
afford it. It's very few guys where it's just straight out talent.
Look,
I'll tell
I'm
you-
gonna tell you
I-
like this: if you have talent, you are going to play on an AAU team for a reduced cost, if not
Somebody
free.
gonna bankroll it though.
But look,
The money's gonna be there somewhere, is all I'm saying, right?
What I'm saying is this: it's access. Right now, the ease of access. You can make $100,000 a year being a high school player going to OTE basketball right down here in Atlanta.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
So the access, the ease of access, it's just accessible.
Which goes to the
It's,
culture.
it's,
accessible.
And that's what I'm
but like I
saying.
said, it's just like music and anything else. Back then in music, it was about being the best that you
gotta
could be.
prove it.
You got to prove
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Now today, to get a
Nobody won't even
contract,
rap
it's how
today.
many followers you got.
I really
That's
gotta
how they
make a
prove
point.
it. So the same thing with sports. Back then, is me and you. We can play one-on-one. I'm gonna be the best player out of the two of us. Back then, now it's about how many people following you, how many NIL deals you got, how much money you making. That's what it's about now more so than it was then. They wanted money, but at the same time, money was not the motive. Back then, the motive was
didn't
to
mean
be
the same as
the best.
reputation. Reputation was a lot more important.
That's the revisionist history we buy into because we want to believe in this like American exceptionalism of hard work was all nigga. We didn't give a fuck about hard work was told to us as kids in the 80s and 70s that hard work got us money. Hard work got you a lifestyle. Hard work got you currency. But what happens when currency overrides culture? And that's where we're at. This NBA All-Star Weekend conversation is not about just the All-Star Weekend. We're talking about the entire product. If we want to override this currency over culture conversation that we're having now in the NBA, we need to be having bigger conversations like, why are we still having 82-game seasons? Why is it not a 65-game season?
This is where we disagree, Q.
But that's where we're but this is where we have a problem at. Is because people want to have it both ways. You want players to go above and beyond as workers to do extraordinary shit, but the owners don't want to do extraordinary shit to incentivize them. You don't want to give them an actual season where let's condense the season, because the game has never been more talented. So if the game has never been more talented, why are we not condensing it to make it the best punch of a product possible?
Because first of all, business doesn't work that way, Q. Number one, if your product is good. But Q, look, let's look at it from a business perspective. If it's never been more talented, what we need to do is we need to add more teams and we need to add more games. That's what we need to expand. We don't need to condense. Who the hell does great business and then condenses? Everything about business is expanding, Q. We can't condense it.
It depends on how much you care about your product, though, right?
But that's
it depends
the
on how
problem.
much you care about your product,
right?
What
do you mean?
So, like,
that's the problem that Spike. Let me just go, because this is the problem that we have as people in America. Is we think that when something is great, let's mass produce it because it's so great. When the fact of the matter is, like, when you have a great script in a good movie, or you have a good script on a good show, sometimes the best show is a limited series. Sometimes the best movie is not 3 hours. Sometimes it's, we should make this an hour and 45. We should make this 8 episodes because we want people to clamor for more. Sometimes limited, like FIFA, one of your favorite rappers is West Side Gun. West Side Gun makes limited quantity of his shirts and his sweaters because he knows that people are going to literally fight each other over it.
Pause right there. He makes limited amount of shirts, but what does he overdo? The music, because the music is what brings you over here to buy the shirts in the first place, right? So the music is marketing. So wait, if we're gonna use this analogy, then we need to overproduce the regular season and condense the postseason, because the postseason is what really gets the viewership. It's not the regular season.
But that's
not the regular season.
It's not the regular season because it's too long.
That's philosophy, because the music to him, as he says, and this I think it's applicable. It's not dead in hip hop, but it's dead in still. It's his philosophy. The music is marketing for what he really wants to get into, which is fashion, film, everything else. So if I'm being honest, you need to market your players more, so that people actually give a shit about Jokic, give a fuck about Luka.
So wouldn't you want more opportunities to market your players?
Of course, but the thing is, though, we already have enough games to do that. 65 games, 78 games is enough, bro. Like,
it's not because let's break it down already. If you live in the
MLB
West,
is a perfect case of no one cares about a mass quantity of games.
But baseball's different. That's a whole different product.
But how is it different?
It's a different product. Why the NFL only got 18 games?
We can't say MLB. We can't say they don't care about MLB with the contracts they're passing out. They're paying. This money's coming from somewhere.
It's more regional than the NBA wants to be.
No. The Yankees make more off of what? Their branding, because it's marketing. Niggas can't name 3 players on the fucking Yankees.
But that's just the Yankees. Crazy? But what about the rest of these teams that spend money like that?
Okay, cool. Okay, good. All right. The LA Dodgers. How many Crips were the LA Dodgers had that can't name one Dodger? It's all about marketing.
There's always going to be a handful of teams, regardless of the professional sport that we're talking about, that is based on marketing. But the whole league isn't based on a handful of teams. No, the whole league is based on the whole league.
The owners don't want to spend on marketing their players because they're greedy as shit. But yet we're counting how many abortions Anthony Edwards can get his girls, and how many porn stars.
All right, why are we going here with it? No, okay, you're starting to go 285, bro. I'm trying to say 400 or 75, 85.
Because this is what the whole conversation is. We're too busy.
It's not.
We're too busy counting the pockets of players when the owners have all this money and they don't do shit with it. They get paid when the stadium is full or not. But we're out here talking about the players gotta work harder. Nigga, market
Who's
your
talking
fucking
about-
players.
Bro,
How many players? How many people know who Tyrese Halliburton is outside of the fucking 5 people in Indiana? This is ridiculous. And we're talking about Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards should be a global superstar. Nigga can jump out the gym. Yeah, he's only in a deep player.
I agree with a lot of what you're saying, Cuban.
Come on,
But what's
man.
the solution to that, though?
Spend your money, owners. You have all this money laying over, and you want to spend money on a fucking timeshare in Bora Bora. Nigga, spend money on your players.
No,
That's
I'm
what's
an
going
owner.
on.
I'm an owner. No. Now what's next?
See, and that's where and this is where the Stephen A. Smiths come in, and they want to degrade player empowerment. If it's my perfect
Right.
world, the players take the CBA and say, all right, well, we locking out. Now what?
There you go. That's what I was getting to, because you could say do that, but they're not going to do it. Why would they?
Can't. You know why? Because here's the thing about sports in general, and it's a microcosm of society. You got the people at the top. LeBron can be locked out for 5 years and it won't hurt him. CP3 could be locked out for 5 years. It ain't gonna hurt him. James Harden, all of these guys that have multiple $100+ million contracts, it ain't gonna hurt them. But what about the guy that, like a PJ Tucker, that he signs an $8 million contract? That sounds a lot to us, right? But Lou Williams just broke it down. Half of that is gone in taxes, number one. Then you got agent fees. Then you got this. Then you got that. Then you got this. Then you have lifestyle. Bro, like at that point, I can't lock out more than 2 years, bro. I can't do that.
Can't lock out 1 year.
I can't lock out 1 year.
What
And
would
that's
you
the
say?
majority of the
No,
players.
What would you say?
No,
What would you say
this
to
is
the? What would you say to the player that said, "Well, you LeBron James, Chris Paul's, and $100 million contract people up your union dues, and the union's going to support us while we're locked out."
Bro,
Exactly. So there's solutions to it all if you want to go there. But I think what Q was saying is you.
Niggas is scared, bro. Like let's just be honest. Niggas
They
is
are.
scared.
They
Like
are.
let's just be real. Niggas are very scared because what we gonna do if Master don't pay? Nigga, you are the whole league. Nobody coming to see Adam Silver bald ass in the fucking commentator booth. They're coming to see LeBron dunk out the gym. And until us as black men actually understand our power, see, everybody thinks I'm fucking trolling. I'm not trolling shit. This is all about the owners. What is a slice of pie to an international bakery chain? Don't talk to me about, these players, they're getting paid handsomely to go out there. Nigga, it's the international bakery chain. You talking to me about they're getting their slice of pie. The profits that they produce as workers is a joke compared to what the owners get in tax deductibles. And y'all want to talk about an All-Star weekend?
Because
Like,
okay,
please.
so look, if we remove the NBA shell from around that, any person that is a business owner gets tax deductibles. Why? Because you are the one taking the risk in putting product out there. You're the one that's bankrolling and financing these certain things. So if we remove the NBA shell and we just look at business ownership in general, that's the reason why. So let's jump back into the NBA, right? And let's get away from all of this, the financials, right? At the end of the day, we're talking about incentivizing the All-Star game. Mm-hmm. Right? So let's get back to the crux of what we're talking about. The All-Star weekend has been degraded as a product for several reasons: culture, mindset, and overall ease of accessibility to stardom. Most of these guys that get into the league now, we know them before they get into the league. Ken, we've been doing this show for over 10 years. And close to 10 years ago, I said that we're going to get to a point where there's going to be so much talent in the league. We're seeing it. We're seeing that these guys are coming every year. And I know this doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot now in comparison to even 15, 20 years ago. There's anywhere between 10 to 13 real NBA players coming into the league every year, regardless of wherever they get drafted. Some of them come in undrafted. But there's going to be 10 to 13 guys, and I'm talking about not superstar. Obviously, I'm not talking about 10 superstars coming in every year. I'm not saying
10
that.
people that make rotation.
It's going to be about 3 maybe superstars, 4 superstars, depending on the draft class, maybe 1 superstar. But we're going to have 10 to 13 guys that are going to be key pieces to NBA franchises every single year.
What does that matter if nobody knows them, though?
What? Did you not hear what I just said? We know them before they get to the league.
We don't, though.
We do.
Who is
You
we?
don't because you don't watch basketball like
coming
that.
up then. Tell me who
Who is
coming
we?
up.
What do you mean we?
Who are these people?
Whoever is a basketball fan.
Right.
Who do
but-
you guys?
People knew Banchero before he got into the league.
Yeah, but
Not the casual fan.
there you go.
I'm not.
That's the thing, and that's where the money
I think that's
comes
what's
from.
missing, though. That's what we're talking about in the overall point. A lot of casual fans tune in to the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Those are the people that are complaining. It's not you per se.
Yeah.
Like you a purist. You love the
Yeah, it's
game.
not
You
for
love
the
the game.
purists.
You're gonna be there. It's the casual fans that are complaining like this shit's not good.
Yeah, and that's
No,
the one.
everybody's
That's the
complaining.
one. Well, the casual fan is the one you got to appease because that's where your money's
Yeah,
coming from.
I'm the one that leaves
Those,
second
those
quarter.
purists is in this bucket. You're gonna get that regardless. You're trying to reach and get profit share, and the way you get that is you draw it in with these events like the tournament, in season
All-Star game,
tournament,
in-season tournament.
All-Star time. All that stuff
Play-in
is a way to
games.
get these fans motivated. That's why All-Star weekend is in the middle of the season, not at the end. It's-
It has to be stated that these owners are not the reason why Anthony Edwards can jump out the gym. These owners are not the reason why Luka Doncic can shoot the ball the way he does. These owners are not the reason that Kyrie can handle the ball the way he does. And when we start to put that much onus on, they invest in it. Nigga, I'm not giving people a medal for being able to recognize sunshine. I'm not doing that because it's our talent, bro. I'm not doing that shit, bro. This is so ridiculous that we're having this conversation because it's so much. And I'm not saying it's ridiculous for us to have a conversation. I mean, the larger, like, people who are making this culture point. I just think it's so ridiculous because we're talking about currency here. The way that people were trying to dismantle Michael Jordan, it was bred from this 1980s, 1970s American mentality that if black men worked hard, we would get money. And we cannot discount that, bro. We cannot discount that a lot of us bought into American exceptionalism through sports. That if we tried to be the best athlete possible, we would prove to our owners. And the point that I'm trying to make is that look at niggas signing 15-year contracts. Look at niggas that were signing 10-year contracts. It wasn't until we understood our bargaining power as a collective block that we said, we need to get shorter contracts for more money. The reason why a LeBron James can go to Miami for 2 years and then say, I'm going back to Cleveland because I don't like the way y'all running this shit now. Y'all not letting me bring my wife and kids into the private plane anymore. I'm done. I'm going back home where I can get more money or similar money and more incentives for my personal life. But this is what happens because we overemphasize the rights of these type of like luxury workers versus what other people are going through. Because the workers who work in the arena are not getting any of this profit share. And I'm talking about an entire like reorientation of what it means to be a worker for the NBA, not just the ownership class. And people think I'm trolling. I'm not trolling, bro. This is 100% facts. If you look at the profit share that the owners have versus what the players produce for them, this is a joke that you want to talk about. They're not going hard enough. Nigga, fuck out of here. Like,
I have a question.
Give me tax free. You can do it.
You can't do tax free.
They can.
Not in America.
No, these
How?
they literally can. If they
How?
can get people, if they can find $6 trillion to send it to a country that is killing people, we can do this here in the NBA.
We're going too deep, Q, because that's not possible, bro. It's not possible.
It's not.
It is too deep,
and
bro.
This is the problem. We think shit is too deep when we are in the motherfucking ocean, nigga. It's already deep, bro.
Q,
We're already in the deep.
First of all, I don't disagree with you that we spend money in places and do things that we shouldn't do when we have motherfuckers in America.
These owners are invested in the places that they're doing this shit. They can find it. They have lobbyists that do this.
But Q,
They
at
have
the end of the
lobbyists
day,
on their
this is
payroll.
America, and everything gets taxed, bro. Everything gets taxed.
No, it
Certain
don't.
states don't get taxed.
No, it don't. No, it
What do you
doesn't.
mean? No, it don't.
No, it
NBA
does
is
not,
actually a
people.
nonprofit.
Come on. See, y'all pointing the finger at Zion Williamson.
Yeah, I heard.
Point the finger at Mark fucking Cuban.
What I'm talking about is
Mark Cuban.
when I
started-
sign a
Mark
contract,
Cuban
I
has started
become
an-
a 1099
Mark Cuban-
employee, right?
Mark
Yeah,
Cuban
I have to
has
pay
started
taxes
an
to
health
wherever
service.
I earn money.
Come
That's all
on,
I'm
man.
saying. It's not on. It's not on. The owner ain't taxing me. It's the fucking
Well, I
state,
think
and it's the
that's
federal
funny.
government.
I think that's funny based off what he's saying and seeing that they are a nonprofit, that they not paying taxes and the players are. I just thought that was funny based off what he was saying.
I have a question. What were some of the old heads from back in the day, let's just say, because this shit started with Shaq. A little bit after that. What are they saying about the All-Star game as it stands today in the last couple of years? Have they had any commentary?
They said it was terrible.
Yeah, like I said,
terrible.
Andre Iguodala actually was part of the group to go in and he's part of that group.
Okay.
To go in and like, look, y'all got to play, man. Y'all
so, what are the actual players that were playing in the game? What have they been saying?
I haven't seen a peep.
Yeah, I hadn't seen him say.
So they don't give a damn.
I don't think so.
I think that's part of the problem.
The rumblings I saw, like I said, the rumblings I saw is these guys are wanting money now. They're wanting the money. That is what I saw.
That's a good point, Ken. They should ask them. Like all these old players talking about it, and the reporters and us. Like, what do Carl Anthony Towns and what do Dame Lillard and what do those people have to say?
What you're seeing is a generation of younger guys coming in that may understand where their value lies, and it doesn't lie in playing in this All-Star Weekend game. Like, think about this. Remember when LeBron advocated for more time off, for the All-Star game, I think, and they gave it to him. And so I think these young cats was, we know these young cats, bro. We just talked about a video. What was that video we talked about? That kid that worked a job, and his dad was like, "You need to go out and snow." He was like,
"Why would I do that?
Why would I want to do that on my day off?" These players right now, they understand their worth and their value, and their value right now is in the All-Star game. It may be incentivized, Sheldon, if they're asking for more money. That may be the way to do it. But right now, until the NBA come together, these owners, if they care about the product, then they'll find a way to incentivize it and financially or whatnot to get them to play harder. But right now, they were like, I'm good.
I agree with you, Ken. I tell you, my problem with it from the generation that I come from is that's too passive aggressive. If they feel that way, then they should state what they want, and they know they value. They should hold out or wait until they get it. But just going out there and say, hey, I'll take the check and we'll just show up and we'll half-ass and play like they do it with the Pro Bowl. We'll do walkthroughs.
Because
why won't you go to the NBA and say, y'all expecting us to do this in this game, then we want this?
I'll tell you why. Because I don't think the players care as much as the fans do. The fans are the ones that are screaming about it while we're having this conversation.
Right.
While Q is yelling at everybody on here and watching.
It's too passive.
It's the fans. It's the old people. Man. This is the whole, get off my lawn. Or in hip hop, this is like, oh man, they don't rap the same.
Yeah.
Every generation has its own way and they have their own thing that they want to do and how they want to approach it. And that's what this is. So it's either accept it or for what it is and get back to the games or let it be.
So let me ask this. How many players per side, East and West?
12.
12, right? So why not make it $1 million? $1 million bonus for every player.
Does that even work?
It should be two. Well, I said it should be $250 to get there and $500 extra to the winner. $750 if you win.
Now just make it $1 million.
MVP should get a 0.5. It should just be $1 million for the winning team, and the MVP get a 0.5 tax free.
No, you know what? $1 million the MVP get an extra $1 million.
Would that work?
Absolutely.
Based off of the history of what we've seen recently
it will.
with the play-in tournament, and they were only making $500K,
in
right?
season tournament. So it was $1 million.
That's why I say $500 for the All-Star because it's one game.
Sheldon, you should, in my opinion. If I'm talking
but it's
about
the top guys though.
If I'm putting my businessman hat on and I'm trying to just reform the weekend and make it all good for everybody, then it's like, all right, bro, look, when I'm doing this for the dunk contest, I would probably get different players or superstars to sponsor a dunker. If we want to switch it up for a year, sponsor one dunker around the NBA. Whether it could be a G League guy, it could be a guy off the street, could be somebody that they just found, right? Instead of Jaylen Brown competing and Mac McClung or whoever or Zach LaVine, I would make Zach LaVine and them sponsor one guy and be Team Brown, Team Team LaVine, Team whoever, Team Gordon, and that dunker participate on behalf, and they get a cash prize. And we say, oh yeah, Team Brown won because blah blah blah. If I'm doing All-Star Weekend, I would make the All-Star game just the mid-season tournament. There's really no point in doing it. Just make the All-Star Weekend the mid-season tournament, and whoever's there, we're going to see the most competitive game. It's almost like a pre-finals game before the finals. And then if I'm talking about the three-point contest, keep it the same. skills contest, I would just do a king of the court. I would do away with skills because who wants to see
that's what
a
it should
guy
be.
dribble the ball? It should be either a king of the court or it should be one-on-one tournament, three dribbles each.
One-on-one.
And then beyond that, just keep it to 3 events. The celebrity game is funny, so I would just keep that. But just those 4 events, and then I would also try to bring in the WNBA in some way, whether they're like the best shooters from the women's teams and the best men from the men's league. I would do like a women's versus men's like battle of the sexes type of thing, and that's how you can make the All-Star Weekend really fun because you incentivize it and make it great for everybody. But
I think part of the incentivization, they need to get like automatic votes toward any All NBA team that they classify for, because if we're talking about money, right? Like Tyrese Halliburton earlier was talking about how he's close to not potentially making an All NBA team because of his injury. Right. Mm-hmm. And he was like, oh, well, the owners want it this way and this, that, and the third. Let's paint a clear picture. The reason why this was instilled was because there were several players that were healthy and did not play. So this isn't because the owners want it. It's because the owners, and let's not get off the deep end.
It was Pop. It wasn't a players per se. It was Pop. Right?
It was Pop. There were certain players, though, as well. You know what I'm saying? There are a whole bunch of players that were quote unquote healthy enough to play but didn't play. I'm not gonna chastise people like AD, where AD had legit injuries, missed a big amount of time. Joel Embiid has never played more than 65 games, but we know that it's injury based. What's up?
No, keep going. I just got a point.
So the reason why they had to instill this is because we're guaranteeing your contract regardless if you play 5 games or all 82. You know what I'm saying? But if you're healthy to play, and and what another point I'm gonna tie this in, where I was talking about East and West. If you're a West Coast team and I'm an East Coast team, as an East Coast fan, you're only coming to my city one time. And if you don't play that game, bro, like I didn't spend $200 for this ticket and you're the best player, you ain't play. I'm not going to be able to see you in my city. I got to go travel somewhere else to go watch you play. That's a problem. So I understand the reason why they put the minimum games. But in terms of incentivizing All-Star Weekend, you know what? You get an automatic 5 votes toward whatever All-NBA team because now if you do that, and you qualify with the minimum games, we're talking about the difference of like $40-50 million on your contract.
Yeah. Well, like the MVP should be like guaranteed to be like, first team All NBA, third team at least, like third team at least. You should be guaranteed third team at the very
100%.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then when we get to other guys like the top scorers, because sometimes the MVP is not like the top scorer. But it's like if you're talking about the top scoring guys, like the 2 tops or like the 4 top scoring guys, those should be people who get like
it
1
should just
vote.
be 2.
You know what I mean? If you want to make it larger.
Well, here's the thing. I think that all of those other ancillary things that happen in the game, I don't think that you should be guaranteed All NBA or anything like that. But I think that you should get bonuses. The top scorer on each squad gets an extra $250 on top of the million. Well, no. Obviously, if you lose, you don't get it. You don't get the million, but you get the $250 for being the top scorer for your team. Whatever. And then you can even make it down to the people. You know what I'm saying? Let them vote on who they felt, on the losing team did X, Y, and Z, and you get paid for that. You know what I'm saying? Like we can make it real time. Like we are in a technology age where people can actually vote and influence things. Yeah. And at the end of the day, we're the ones that are saying that this shit is trash. Make me more of a part of it. Let me not just vote in the starters. Let me vote during the game for whatever categories. Obviously we're talking off the cuff right now. They don't pay me to come up with this shit. Hey, NBA, if you watch it, come pay me about $250 and I'll come up with every goddamn, I'll come up with every single thing you need me to come up with. But at the end of the day, they need to make a better product that includes fan participation, that includes paying these players that are participating in the game even more, and they need to make it, you got to be able to lose something. If you win it, yes, you get to host the finals. Because, look, let's be honest. Let's say if this happened last year, and we knew that Miami was going to get blown out by Denver. We knew that going in. Mm-hmm. But doesn't it tip just a little bit more toward Miami's way as a 7th seed hosting the NBA Finals because the East won? That is more interesting.
Right. And think about it, if you had done it this year, you'd have seen more stars in the fourth quarter as opposed
100%.
to, there was no LeBron in the fourth quarter, no Luka, no Joker. None of these guys were even playing in the fourth quarter to see them do anything. Didn't they try to do that a couple years ago?
What's that?
It was something where they played.
It was for charity.
It was most competitive in recent years when they kept score to the end of the quarter. And whoever won,
I like that.
Whoever won that quarter got money donated to the charity.
I like that.
team.
That was a good game for me.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
That was a good game for me, though.
It was cool, but it was just after like
It was
the
more
first
competitive
time,
than it had been.
during the first time they did it, it could kind of convoluted, man. If I'm being real, Ken, if I would bring back an old 80s, 90s rule, the top 2 scorers on each conference, if you let's say like this, if the East and the West top 2 scorers on those teams, you are eligible if you get, because it still involves rigor. If you get to the first seed, the top 2 scorers on each conference, you're eligible in the first round to have a best of 5 series. That's what I would do. Bring it back, best of 5.
Yeah, so I just wanted to point out we'll go into some of the actual events, but I'm just reading a couple of tweets from Sports Illustrated. A post that has some tweets. One thing I noted, I saw this in the chat. I think the chat has moved too far, so I can't get the person that said it. But I thought this was interesting. He said that viewership was up 20% this year, and that may have been because it was so low last year that it had the only way it can go was up.
Yeah, 4.3 million. That's very low.
So, but nevertheless,
Was Taylor Swift there?
it was up. No, she was not. But what I'm seeing here, and this is why I think that honestly, I think there needs to be a conversation with the actual players that's playing the game. Because some of the tweets is from David Aldrich. Is I'm not sure why even minimal defense effort is beyond this generation of all-stars, but it may be time to end this game if they can't give more of a damn than that. And then another one, Araj Markazi, said, you can't make guys care about a game they don't care about. Like, where do you get that from? Like, what makes you think they don't care about the game? Maybe because I saw them say that, what's the highest scoring All-Star game? And they went for the record.
Yeah.
So they attempted to go there. So maybe this is
like crazy threes.
Right.
Shot.
Maybe this is just how they like to play. And people have to respond by not watching it, but they respond by watching it. Sometimes it's removing ourselves and saying, maybe you guys just like to go out here and just kind of kick around and shoot the shit and have fun and whatever.
Yeah,
you got old guys, right? You have old guys just don't want to watch it. Then don't fucking watch it. You got Andre Iguodala and whoever walking in. As soon as he walked out, they were like, man, come on, out of here, bro. Like, think about that. Think about what it's like to be young or be in that position and having old people criticize you from what they used to do back in their day. The times have changed, bro.
Times have changed.
Yeah.
And again, it's because of the accessibility. I want to say it was LeBron. I'm bad with names, but it was LeBron or somebody big. It could have been Kobe. I'm not sure. But they were talking about how kids and when I say kids, I can say that now. I'm fucking old. But the younger players in the NBA, they put so much more onus on the things that aren't important. They put onus on the things that the money gets you from playing in the league, the status, the lifestyle. Instead of, I love LeBron's saying, put the most important thing first. Basketball.
And all the rest of the stuff will come.
All the rest of the stuff will come. Because if you're not at the top of your game, guess what? You're going to get let go. And guess what happens when you get somewhat blackballed out of the NBA? Ask Carmelo. You don't get back. You don't get another 3-year contract. You don't control your destiny when you're not at the top of your game. And obviously, everybody's not LeBron because we ain't never seen a 40-year-old do what the hell LeBron's doing. And LeBron still looks like he got another 5 years that he could play at a high level. Not necessarily the greatest player, but it looks like he could play another 5 years. There's a reason for that. And not everybody's going to be able, everybody's body ain't built like that, right? But there's a lot of people that can play until 37, 38. And if you're getting into the league at 18 to 20, let's just say you get into the league at 20, we're talking 15 years, 18 years. But you got to put basketball first.
Well, you know what?
You got to put the work in.
We got to get back to being able to play 5 years and just getting back to the basics and learning the game again.
You know, that's the average.
Right. So that's
the average is 5 years.
I'm not looking at them playing till 37. I want them to be able to play better sooner. Just put time into the, like you say, put time into the game. Not so much trying to get your internet girl and develop your skills.
Right. Y'all are old. Any All-Star festivities stood out for you guys?
The shooting contest is always the best.
Steph thing was the best.
Steph and Sabrina was the best. Marked by Kenny Smith and his commentary. Kenny seemed like he was a little drunk, but other than that, that was
Smith
pretty
sounded crazy.
Yeah, he did.
What did he say? I saw Kyle talking about it.
He was
He was. What did he not say? But
he was basically just being a sexist. Like he was saying that she should be shooting from the WNBA 3-point line and not the NBA 3-point line.
Yeah.
And Reggie Miller was like, "Why? If she just
she chose it,
and she was just 3 shots within Steph. Why would she move up?" Yeah.
The Dame who won the 3-point contest.
Yeah, because if she was she was shooting from the W, she probably would have beaten us.
Yeah, and that's what Kenny was saying. To me,
Kenny was saying.
If he had said it and let it go, it wouldn't have been so bad.
He kept
the fact that he kept going.
It was a girl's ball. Like, nigga, shut up, nigga.
Yeah, just watch and enjoy the contest.
He looked crazy.
He did. He really did. And they let him have it too online. He's been catching it ever since.
Yeah, he has.
Has he responded at all?
I hadn't seen where he responded.
He let that die.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even acknowledge.
I don't even remember that happening.
Who said that? Not me.
Yeah, I tell you what else is good was Shaq and
Draymond and Chuck.
Draymond and Chuck's commentary was
they were going
probably
back and forth.
Yeah, they were going back and forth. That was probably
the
the highlight of the All-Star game. Is listening to those two take shots at each other. That was hilarious.
Yeah, when Chuck said,
"Who asked about you?"
Yeah. You know what's interesting about that? Somebody had asked about you, and Draymond was like, "Who? Nobody."
Nobody.
and then Draymond said, "Something here. You can have my ring." Like it was like, and two other people in a different setting, this could have been contentious, but because where it was, and then they're both good sports about it, it was funny. It was dropped.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
And they talked about, everybody's been tripping off Indiana, like we don't want to ever come back here. We don't want to, saying how it's a travesty to be there. Mm-hmm. Man, they said some crazy stuff. They were just tripping. It was funny. It was funny.
What about the? So yeah, I did watch because I didn't watch any of this shit, y'all. I haven't watched the All-Star because I just don't find it entertaining. The dunk contest is not entertaining. No. So I just watched the highlights. And I honestly don't know how they can fix the dunk contest outside of what people are saying in the chat and what has been said on this program a few times. Just go get some non-NBA players.
They're gonna have to
because they're innovative. But yeah, I watched the dunk contest, the highlights because I get to see all the makes. And and the fact that they let that white boy beat them in Black History
twice.
is
twice. Yeah, second time.
But can I feel you? But at the same time, Mac McClung has been doing crazy ass.
I know, it's no disrespect. It's not a shot at him.
The disrespectful part is if you're gonna bring Mac McClung, you might as well bring the people off the street because he ain't in the league.
He is technically.
How?
It's a shot at everybody. What the hell was Jaylen Brown doing?
Jaylen Brown was out there making a fool of himself.
Yeah,
that's why you superstars don't be in the dunk contest right there.
Egregious.
Bro, it was so bad.
That was
like, how do you do this when you hit the ground?
After you hit the ground and land. Like,
see, my thing is this. Hold on, because you said superstars don't need to be in the dunk contest, but we never talked about Jaylen Brown being a dunker. Right, like he's not a dunk. Like we don't talk about.
You wanted the superstars in there before you got one.
There's your
That's the whole reason he was there.
We shouldn't have been in there.
Hold on.
That's why you don't do it.
It's twofold. Number one, you got to be a great dunker. First, before being a superstar, you got to be a great dunker. And then it's an added incentive if you are a star or a superstar or somebody that's at an elevated, level in the game. That's just an added bonus. But first and foremost, you got to be a great dunker. Because think about this. Like, Jason Richardson, was he an All-Star? Yeah, he was an All-Star when he won back-to-back. I'm trying to think. But he was a great dunker. Last name Mason for Seattle. What's his name?
Desmond
Mason. He was no All-Star.
So what player in today's NBA would you have liked to have seen?
That's healthy.
Who are the great dunkers in the NBA right now?
Ja Morant. I would love to see Ja Morant in it. But obviously he's hurt. That's why I said if they're healthy right now. But if Ja Morant was healthy, he's my first pick. I want to go see that 6'3", 6'4" dude go do. Bro, he tries to dunk.
I would like to see Ja against Zion.
100%. Zion should be in it. Ja should be in it. Who's another crazy dunker?
Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards should definitely
And
be in
didn't look
it.
right to me in the All-Star game. So I don't know what looked funny about it. He looked funny in the All-Star game. Something
It's
like
his
right.
first. First one is always a
That
little.
was his first one.
Yeah.
Shelton always be hating on Anthony Edwards.
Nah, I done quit hating on Anthony
you
Edwards. I
always
used to. Nah, I used to, but I'm not no more. He just looked. I didn't even recognize him. I didn't know who he was.
He said, who is this guy?
I did. I ain't hating on him no more.
Now, I wanted to say, because I'm sure this fucking internet's about to cut out, but no, if they want to just make the All-Star game better, bro, it just comes down to incentives, bro. It comes down to incentives. It comes down to, like, streamlining the best parts of the weekend, bringing in the WNBA, because I think, in my opinion, girls basketball right now is a better product than men's
Way more
basketball.
popular,
Yeah, I just think it's better. Like,
They have
there's
All-Star
more.
game weekend?
Like,
They
I
do.
think they do. Yeah.
They do.
Yeah,
I watched WNBA.
What do they do?
Bro, college and when
it's
WNBA is popping right now, bro. Like, they have way more like facets to the game that has been taken out of the NBA. And another reason why the NBA is not what it once was is because it's such an up and down, fast paced game now. I know that there was an era where it was quicker, but in terms of every athlete being like apex athlete, there's way more of those apex type of athletes now where it's more of an AAU style, put up shots, get down court, put up shots, get down court, drive and penetrate. That puts wear and tear on the body. And that's not conducive to player health, especially if you want to add in an extra game where you want them to go hard. So if we're talking about just making the All-Star weekend better, man, you got to just give them something to actually like chew on, you know what I'm saying? Pause. But it's like, you got to give them something to actually like really like, you know, want to put themselves into, aside from go hard because the fans are watching. The fans are going to watch every game, you know, and you have to give them something more, man. So it was abysmal. I don't want to see Jaylen Brown jumping over Kai Cenat. I don't want to see like that shit is horrible. And,
That was funny.
You know what I mean? Like although that's horrible, I also don't want to see people arguing that it's the player's fault, because I don't think it is. I think that there's a middle ground here, and it's the incentives. NBA needs to get it right. They need to involve more player and fan perspectives, which FIFA is correct about. So I want to leave y'all with that. I don't want to interrupt the show anymore, but appreciate y'all for having me on for sure. I'll be back whenever there's Eagles or NBA news. So whatever we get up then. Spike, y'all look horrible going into the offseason. Dallas, you know what I'm saying?
Hopefully,
Shelby,
no Eagles.
you know what I'm
Hopefully,
saying?
no Eagles news anytime.
And
soon.
Dak just asked for $60 million too. So
Oh, you know what I'm saying? He need to go play in the NBA now because he ain't got no future in the NFL. He need to go ahead and go play with Luka and them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I mean? All that shit he be doing. You know what I mean? But
Hopefully, we won't have
good.
any Eagles news anytime soon.
Shit, I mean, aside from Hassan Reddick calling out, like, Sheldon, you got to hold me down. I don't know what's
And
going on there.
y'all coach calling
everything
himself a
good.
minister of culture.
they talking about bringing in Derrick Henry. We're gonna see what happened with that.
Stop it.
You know what I'm saying? Next
All right,
year,
that's
I
it.
need,
All right, that's it. That's it. It's cool. No more Eagles news.
you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to let y'all get back to it, Ken. Go ahead.
All right, man. Later. Yeah, I think that it was the optics of Jaylen Brown dunking over Kai Cenat versus Matt McClung dunking over Shaq is hard to ignore. It's just that shit. Is
Taller,
just
bigger
as-
black athlete
Yeah.
versus jumping over a small black dude versus a small white guy
Jumping over a big
a
black guy.
fucking giant.
Yeah, that shit was insane. But yeah, so you know, but I actually found in watching the highlights on NBA's YouTube channel, the 3-point contest was actually
That's the most entertaining
interesting.
thing.
Yeah. Like, and man, like Dame, bro, It's like,
Automatic.
Yeah, man, it was crazy, but he's just not automatic, but also clutch. You know, when he needed to be, and it's just he always came through. And I bet he was happy to be there because nobody talking about him since he in Milwaukee, bro.
Yeah, he hit that half court three in the game too.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Cause he pulled up.
Yeah.
He regular
From
jumper.
half court.
That's crazy.
And Steph wasn't on. Steph wasn't on at all.
Well, I saw people in the stats. Steph was just fucking around, just chilling.
He
Yeah.
was trying. He
an
tried
elder
a couple
statesman.
times. Yeah, and they all stopped
And he
playing.
still was a showman.
of
His
course.
thing was probably the most
course.
entertaining thing.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, and that's why they do the alleys and they do they're playing to the crowd of what people want to watch. I
Did
guess
you see
now,
what
whatever.
LeBron was talking when he was talking to Luka and Joker about his first All-Star game? He said, "Yeah, my first All-Star game, Will Chamberlain was there, Bob Cousy."
Luka was live tweeting while he was playing.
Yeah, Luke.
Man, him and Joker had a ball together. They were saying they're gonna form a super team soon. They out there just having a great time, goofing off.
That would be so unfair. That would be so unfair. Them two white boys.
I would love to watch that because, I would love to watch that.
It's fun. It's crazy though watching them in All-Star games though
It is.
because
'Cause they don't fit.
They don't fit at all.
But it's but they might be two of the best players out there though.
Right, but you're looking at them on the court with these superior athletes and like, how are these dudes doing what they do in real life against these guys that they playing against right now? Because what I'm watching don't add up. It just don't add up into the same equation.
I respect the trolling, bro. I love a good troll. So if that's what they're doing, I'm all here for it. But yeah, Trae Young did his thing. But why was Donovan Mitchell there? Why was he there? And it was somebody I said was gonna choke.
They second in the East, Ken. They need representation.
Was, right?
Jalen Brunson.
Brunson didn't. Yeah,
I knew he was.
You talking about the 3-point contest?
Yeah, I was watching the 3-point contest.
Oh, I thought you were talking about All-Star
I
game.
thought you were
Yeah,
All-Star
no,
game, 'cause
the
they
3-point
do
contest.
that in that either.
And I was like, oh man, I was watching. I was like, oh, he gonna choke, and I'll be damned if he it's all them damn shots. But
How long is Julius Randle hurt for?
He got something with his shoulder, but I don't know how long.
It was a dislocated shoulder, but it was like a really bad dislocated shoulder. Perkins. What's his first name? NBA analyst Kendrick Perkins. He was talking about how he had that in his career. He said
he couldn't shoot no way, so it didn't.
True, but
Fuck, he need his shoulder for.
but it's Julius Randle's right shoulder. So it's his non-shooting shoulder. But just think about, as a left-handed player, what are you using to bump people? Is your right shoulder. So once it gets dislocated, and I don't think, is he having surgery? Or is he trying to?
I don't think he's having surgery.
Yeah, he's not having surgery. Exactly. So yeah, Perkins was talking about if you don't have surgery and you're trying to come back, the lightest bump can knock it out.
Off, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
it's not, the dexterity in that shoulder is not going to be the same. So it's going to be tough for Julius when he comes back to really get back to form, because it's going to bother him. He's not going to finish as good with his right hand. And to fend off defenders, you use your opposite shooting hand. So it's going to be tough for him.
That sounds like a Knicks choke again.
Yeah, I just hate it because the Knicks were playing good. We were seeing good basketball from
them. They
them.
looked like they was legit.
hey, well,
Legit
that's
what? What do you mean by that?
Like they were
Eastern Conference
competitive.
Finals.
Nah.
They're winning games.
They were winning games. They were competitive.
No, competitive, but he said Eastern Conference Finals. Nah.
Oh,
There's only 3 teams I
If they
believe
were
in.
healthy.
Nah.
There's only 3 teams in the East: the Celtics.
That I believe in. Yeah.
Celtics, the Bucks.
Celtics, Bucks.
Bucks.
no,
we're gonna get to them.
you got to put the Heat.
Who was the third team?
Celtics,
It was
Bucks,
Philly,
Heat.
but the Heat you got to put in. It was Philly, but you got to put the Heat in there, and you got to include the Knicks because once again, that's a team that can easily beat those other teams when healthy and playing well.
Who?
The Celtics,
The Knicks?
Knicks?
yeah,
Nah.
Hell no.
yeah.
I don't see that.
No.
You know the Celtics are
I don't
like,
think they will, but I think they can.
they're number 1 in offense and like number 3 in defense.
They'll be going in
I
5.
don't see that.
They said they
The same
won.
old Knicks.
Every other team that has won as many games by more than 10 points than they have in this season, up to this point in the season, has won the championship.
And what team is that?
Celtics.
I thought you were saying the Knicks.
No.
Well, it wasn't a lot, so we're gonna look ahead at a couple of quick things before we get out of here. Lakers and LeBron. So there was a leak, and I don't know if it's true, that.
It's true.
So it is true that the Warriors were trying to get
Everybody
LeBron
Absolutely true.
for Klay Thompson. Is that why he didn't dap up Steph? Because that shit looked crazy.
They was
Clay
trying to
did
get
his
Klay out
sour.
there.
And he looked at his hand too.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then rubbed his hands together.
I didn't think that was real, bro.
Nah, that's real.
Clay is sour.
LeBron said it's real.
No, it's 100% real. Daryl Morey also called asking, and what Rob Pelinka said, well, if you ask him about LeBron, is Joel Embiid available?
Yeah.
So then they just hung up the phone.
I wouldn't even respond. I would just hung up too.
That's what he did. Yeah.
But nah,
And blocked him.
They inquired.
Right.
Jeannie Buss gave them. She didn't impede it. She said, that every player, all of the superstars that play for the Lakers franchise, she wants them to be there. So if he doesn't want to be there, it's on him to make that decision to go. And then you also know that he has a no trade clause. So regardless if she did or didn't, if LeBron gave the okay, it was going to happen. And
That's fun, bro. The Lakers is like, bro, like, nah.
Yeah. Don't be surprised. if
We're
he's there
bigger
next year.
than you.
Yep.
So if you don't want to be in here, bro, we're gonna be here when
can
you're
go.
gone. So get the hell out of here.
You can go.
You can get. You can bounce.
Yeah,
we don't made our
He'll
money
be
off
gone
you.
next year though.
He should have left.
Yeah, we don't made our money.
I don't know
off
what
you.
because
stopped
it's,
it. Yeah.
it's bigger than basketball.
Why didn't it go do? Why didn't it go through? Do we
can't-
have details of the trade?
Well, no,
Proposal?
He
I
said
don't
he
know.
stopped it.
He stopped it, but none of the details of like what Golden State Warriors players was going to go and what LA players, none of that has been.
But they
leaked.
said they.
What?
You're right. You're absolutely right. But they went and asked him, since he has a no trade clause, would he be open to it?
Oh, he said no.
Yeah.
The only one I
back
think
channel through Rich
they
Paul.
didn't want
Rich
to
Paul
go
asked
was
him.
Yeah.
Kuminga.
Only
Like,
one that went.
Kuminga
Only one that
couldn't
went.
go.
So the Warriors didn't want to give up Kuminga for LeBron.
They did. The
Yeah.
Warriors
Yeah.
was go. They
that's
if
what-
Rich
that's
Paul
what-
could have
Yeah.
convinced LeBron to do it, then they would. It
Yeah.
would have
LeBron,
happened.
though, man, that Laker money is good, bro.
Gotta be.
That Laker money is good.
Well, it's not even Laker money, Ken. It's
Then what
just
is it?
it's being in LA. Like
I mean, same
Look at
thing.
LeBron though.
Same, that's what I mean. Same thing.
LeBron
Not
said he
just
heard
like-
about it when everybody else heard about it. They called him a lie.
yeah, no, of course not. You know,
You know what I mean? Like just being Laker, being in
LA,
LA,
yeah,
period.
100%.
Yeah, just that whole setup situation.
But LeBron is one of these, obviously generational player. It don't matter where he gonna make money. Like he
Especially
was,
if it's Golden State.
he's gonna make money.
Not
Ken.
like in LA though, would it?
He's gonna make money. It's not like he's going back
He
east.
need to leave after watching
I would
Space
say-
Jam.
Nah, look, Ken. At the end of the day,
Take his ass to Milwaukee.
this is beyond basketball. Bronny's at USC. His youngest son Bryce is playing high school ball. Like he wants to be there.
They said Bronny's
don't
last
wanna
game
be
was
there.
trash, bro.
All
Bronny?
his games been trash.
Bronny,
It's over.
and
The hype
I've said
train, it's over.
it's not.
It's over.
Bronny,
It's
Bronny
not
is
because, bro. There's
Is he gonna
NBA
stay?
teams.
Is
There's
he gonna
M-
stay?
What?
Like
no, he's
2,
probably
3
gonna go to the
years?
league.
who Bronny?
Bro,
Yo, no. Bronny is gonna be like the Nassers. It's the same situation.
bro.
That's
look,
that's
there
that's
are
Bronny's
NBA
comp.
teams with one of them confirmed 100%. Toronto is scouting Bronny James, bro.
Yeah.
There's multiple NBA teams scouting Bronny James.
And the only reason they're scouting him
because-
is because they
and
want
LeBron.
LeBron.
Do y'all
the
think?
Nassers.
Do y'all think that LeBron James is going to play in Toronto? Y'all just
It's possible.
If his son goes, he will.
It's possible, bro.
If that's the only
Spike.
team that'll
Bro,
draft his son,
He's
look,
not.
look.
No,
He
he's
ain't
not.
going to
Spike.
Toronto.
He's not
that's
going
the
to
only
bro.
team
Y'all
that'll
see
draft
this?
his son.
If there's a 5% chance that LeBron is coming, I'm drafting that player. Look. Do you want to understand the gravity of what LeBron says? Don't you remember?
No.
Wait, hold on.
I'm not saying they stupid for drafting. I'm saying LeBron's not going to go there.
he will.
He might.
To play with his
He
son
might.
too. If
He
they're
might.
the only team that'll play with it, it don't matter.
He might as well wait till Bryce.
Remember the year that
He
LeBron
just wanna be with
left?
his son.
Remember the year that LeBron left? He left the Miami Heat in limbo, right? Nobody knew. Nobody could get a hold of him, so they didn't know. LeBron tweeted out, "If I'm the Heat, I would draft Shabazz Napier." Who the fuck the Heat drafted? Shabazz Napier.
And
then
still
he left.
And then he left.
That's what I'm
100%. So, but let's be honest. It's not guaranteed that LeBron is going to go to your squad. But are you not raising the percentage that he might consider?
No. I understand. You're right in saying that, and that scenario is kind of in line with what we're saying. They will draft him on the 5% chance that he go there. And Spike and I were like, he gonna be like Magic Johnson. I ain't gonna be here.
No, he will go. He will go wherever his son is. Once again, that's bigger than any
That's a pipe,
any
that's
other
a pipe
part
dream,
to it.
so I think that's a pipe
He just wants to be in
He
the
just
same.
want his son to get drafted.
No, he want
I
to be
don't
on the
think
same
he
team
actually
as his son.
cares about playing with him.
No, I think
No,
he
he
does.
does.
Unless it's the exact.
Because it's
That's
never
all.
happened.
That's all he's
Unless
talking
it's the
about.
right situation. But if
Nah.
you telling
Ain't no-
if you telling
it
him
don't matter.
he got to go play
It's-
in Portland,
it don't
or
matter.
he got to go play in
for 1 year he
Toronto,
would.
don't matter.
or
For
go
1 year
play in
he would. You know
Orlando.
why?
It don't
LeBron
matter.
not going to play
You
in
know
those
Yes, it
why?
can.
Spike. You know why? Because LeBron James' career cemented.
Yeah,
he's
it
one of
don't
the
matter.
GOATs. He's one of the GOATs. That's number one. He's made all of the money in the world, and one thing that has never, ever, 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 ever been
Right.
done, and is not ever, 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 ever going to happen again, is for a father and son to play on the same team. It's never going to happen.
Yeah, that's
a big
King Griffey Jr.
accomplishment.
You,
Like
you
that.
go with your son.
That is an accomplishment.
All the shit that LeBron done did, like, oh, you played on the same team as
But
your
that's
son.
all.
That's gonna be the
what-
last thing on the
that's-
list.
That's all
He
he
ain't got
wants to
kids.
do.
I don't have
He
kids.
got
That's
kids.
it.
That's why.
I'm
That's
just
it.
saying.
He,
You don't
he says
understand.
it all the
As they
time.
reading all the accolades at the very end of the list,
At
it's
the
gonna
very
say
top.
he
Personal
played
But
with
for
Bronny.
him,
But
but
for
for him,
LeBron,
that's
After
near the
all
top.
of the things that
Played
he
with
did.
Bronny.
because
That's played with
That's
Bronny
number
too.
two.
you're talking from a
He'll
media
be playing with his
perspective.
son.
You're talking from a media perspective.
Yeah, as a
When-
father, you want to play with your
when
son.
LeBron,
To him,
when
to him,
LeBron is on
sentimental
his
value.
deathbed,
Yeah.
and when LeBron is old as hell and crippled, because we all get to the point where we can barely move. I can barely move now.
Yeah, that's yesterday.
Bruh, like the things that's gonna go through his head is, damn, you know what? My NBA career was crazy, but I love the fact I play with my son. That's gonna be at the
That's
top of
Toronto.
his list.
That's you know what
I
you know what
froze my ass off
Lou,
in
you
Toronto
know what
for a
that's,
year.
they said and he said that's the reason why he's still in the league.
Yep.
LeBron would have retired by now.
Yeah.
That's not true.
If not,
What do you mean that's not true?
He said
You
it.
think he playing for money?
He said
know,
it.
Y'all know LeBron James. Like y'all have seen him throughout the years, just like I have. Y'all know he wouldn't have retired by now. He still got stuff he want to do.
No, he
Otherwise,
said
he
it.
would have left.
No,
Right?
he got
LeBron-
other stuff to do, but he said it. He said, "I'm playing so I can play with my son."
100%.
That's what he's been saying for
Okay,
3 years.
I know he said that. I don't believe that.
Why?
What?
Well, LeBron is
What
a
has
li-
LeBron
LeBron's
said
a liar.
that doesn't add up to his
LeBron-
actions?
Oh,
LeBron
LeBron
lies
lie
all
all
the
the
time.
time now.
Like,
He lie all the time, like
He
how many
knows
books he
that's-
read.
it's a
He's
whole
passive
Twitter
aggressive.
account like that
Yeah,
got
he
a
do lie.
whole thing full of his lies. Like
Yeah, he
even
do
him
lie.
reading the books and starting on
I'll
page
send it to
one
you, people.
every time. LeBron knows
He
that's a
lied about
liar.
a lot of stuff.
I'm not hating on him or anything. I just don't believe that
I
he's staying to
believe
play
that,
with his son, bro. You ain't never.
so
You
why
believe
do,
that
why,
lie.
do- why do you think he's still in the league?
Why do I think he's still in the league? Because he still to himself wants to prove the longevity point of it.
he
It's still
been did that.
It's still, huh?
He been did that.
Nobody else has did what he's did this year as far as point
I
rebounds
agree.
average. That's what I'm saying.
But
So
that's-
he had to come back this year to
but-
prove that he didn't do that
No,
last year.
I think he's still in the league because of his agenda to get his son drafted. So the longer he plays, it will incentivize teams to draft him. As soon as that happens, his ass gonna dip.
I can sign up.
He
I
gonna
can
play with
subscribe
him
to
1
that.
year, man. Like I said, I know he gonna play with him 1 year.
I wouldn't mind seeing it. When that happens and LeBron does hang it up, who got next, bro?
Did you? Oh well, I was gonna say something about that. Did you see when Ken Griffey played with Ken Griffey Jr., the father and son, and they played in the outfield together?
It's a Reds.
And he said
excuse me,
he grounded him during the game because one was playing center and one was playing right.
He came and stole the ball.
Yeah, he came and got. He said he punished him on the dugout. I thought that was cool, man. That they was actually able to play together. That was cool.
That was
Yeah.
weird.
But what'd you say?
Mariners.
Who got next when LeBron's gone? With LeBron and Steph too.
Yeah, and KD, because those are like the three. Come on, Ken.
KD been done, bro. Nobody care about KD.
He's gonna
anymore.
play till he's 40 something.
I mean, no. I'm just saying, but KD in terms of superstardom, it's been over.
We in
It's
trouble.
Steph and LeBron, bro.
Ken, look, this is why I disagree.
Wemby.
Every other team would trade damn near everything they got to get KD.
I'm talking about people actually caring.
Ken, I understand. You know how nigga, we gave KD that type of flack back at OKC. So we on the same page. But at the end of the day, every single one of these basketball organizations would give up their right leg to go get KD.
Oh no.
right now.
I would too, but I'm talking about superstars right now. When LeBron and KD had his run, KD had his superstar run. He had his moment. It's been over. Right now, the league, to a degree, LeBron it's Steph and LeBron.
I feel you.
Right.
To me, it's Ja Morant. And I think a close behind him, I think he's still down the totem pole, but I think he's going to jump up this year, is Anthony Edwards. Because I don't think Jason Tatum has the fierce competitiveness that it requires to be the face of the league. Like you have to be in competition for championships in the playoffs. You can't be mentally weak.
Well,
and be
he's
the
all
face
of that,
the
but I
league.
think he's missed his moment
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
when he dunked. Didn't he dunk on LeBron?
That was like
Yeah.
his rookie year, bro.
He
man.
still could have taken that torch by now.
And I think last year was his time to take it and run another lap this year with it.
Jimmy's more popular than damn Jason Tatum, bro.
What do you mean Jimmy's more popular?
Jimmy Butler.
What do you mean more popular?
In terms of superstardom and stuff like that, Jimmy,
Not in terms of face of the league. We know.
Jimmy is more of a name than Jason Tatum, bro.
Nah, that's incorrect, Ken.
How?
That's incorrect, Ken.
Jason Tatum slept in the bed with his mom till he was 13 years old. So I agree with you, FIFO.
That's not us.
That's true.
Where'd you find?
He
Where do you
said
be
that.
finding this shit, bro?
I saw it in passing earlier in the week, so I just Googled it to make sure that it was true.
I think
there's several sites that reported it. Go ahead.
that's crazy. I think Jimmy Butler has more cultural relevance than Jason
That's true.
Tatum.
That's true.
Yeah, it is
What are
true.
you talking about?
It is true,
You're speaking
bro.
from a basketball perspective, bro.
We're talking from face of the league.
And I'm telling you,
Jimmy Butler is nowhere near the face
Bro,
of the
you
league.
crazy. Jimmy, as much as
Jimmy
shit as I
get
talk
love
about
now.
Jimmy as being
I'm
a
not
superstar,
saying he don't get love.
I don't think he's a superstar, but I talk about cultural relevance and pop culture relevance. Jimmy is out there, bro.
Ken, that's okay. Your original question is who got next? Jimmy played in LeBron's era. His prime was in
Jimmy
LeBron's
not
era.
next.
I'm just,
It's a
but I
wrap.
use that to point out that Jason Tatum is letting the guy that ain't even a superstar take more shine than him.
No, Ken. We're talking about next. Jimmy is done. In terms of being the face of the league, Jason Tatum still has an opportunity to be the face of the league.
If they win it this year,
And that's what I'm saying.
It's a wrap, y'all.
Spike, you
It's done.
Spike, you was at my house last year during the playoffs, and I told you, and I accurately predicted what was going to happen between the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics. And I told you that the Celtics were mentally weak, and it started with their superstar Jason Tatum, and we saw what happened in the final 2 games of that series. Jason Tatum to take that leap into being one of, because it's not even guaranteed, right? And JJ Redick was talking about this, and I 100% agree with this statement. We can't force it. It just naturally happens. What we're trying to do is identify the people that could potentially take that mantle. Part of the reason why Jason Tatum hasn't taken that mantle is because of the mental. He has to overcome the hurdle. He got to win the championship because his team is there. It's not like he's a great player on a trash team that he's dragging them along. No, you have the number 1 offense, a top 5 defense. Now is the time. You have to take that jump.
Wait, so is Tatum going through the trials and tribulations that LeBron did, that MJ did, that the Pistons did before they got over the hump?
This is part of his plight, but this is the year he got to jump that hurdle.
That Giannis did,
last
too,
year,
bro.
I gave him a pass.
you take Ja Morant over SVA.
Yes, the reason being is more young kids want to be like Ja
Yeah.
than any other player in the NBA.
Ja can
many people
only
wanna
hurt
be like
himself
that?
though.
That's true. None. I think SVA got his. Is it SVA or GA?
GA.
I think he's like
Great game.
He's better.
He's a ball.
He's better.
Yeah.
But he's not the
Not
face.
as charismatic. Like Ja.
Who out there trying to do shy moves on the court? These kids nowadays,
But
they
he
can
balling, though.
they can go out there and try to dunk on folks, and they can do the shooting emojis after it's done.
Yeah. That's
They
what I
can
was
do
saying.
both, bro. He got the culture.
Ja's biggest competition is himself.
Yep.
Wemby can get there.
Zion.
Zion missed it.
It's over.
Yeah.
Look, Zion.
Unless he
did miss
moves
it.
markets. He
Yes.
got to leave.
Wemby can be that because, in my opinion, my humble opinion, and my opinion be right a lot. I think Wemby could be the most winningest basketball player to ever grace the NBA. Look at what he's doing in his rookie year. He's putting up better numbers than a recent Defensive Player of the Year. He's putting up the same numbers of Shaq's MVP year through the course of beginning of the season up to All-Star break.
And they don't
he's
even
the
use him
only-
right.
They don't even use him right.
I'm going to ask you the most important stat.
Are they winning games?
Wins and losses.
He's a rookie. He's a rookie. He's a rookie.
Well,
He's
no,
a rookie.
you know what? That goes back to what I
you
just
say he
said.
putting up
It ain't even
Shaq
that
numbers
He's the only
in his
player.
MVP year?
Now he's balling.
He's the only
balling.
player since Shaq to average over 20 points, 10 rebounds and like 3
Bro,
blocks.
Wemby crazy, bro.
Yeah, and the problem and the
Shit
problem
makes no sense.
Yeah, the problem with Wemby is his teammates. The fact that
Yeah.
they don't know how to use him quite yet.
I
I
have
don't
the
think
best coach ever.
he does. But,
Yeah, but
He passed
don't-
his time.
Yeah,
That's over
but
for
those
him. He need a young
other
dude.
guys,
It's a
Vassell,
wrap.
Johnson, these other guys
'Cause they
are
don't
getting
have
their
no
shots,
vets.
and they don't know how to keep the ball. Should run through him every play.
Would y'all bring in a younger coach?
I think so. My thing is this.
Another coach,
A younger
coach.
Somebody more like up to the day's game.
Not necessarily. Well, I think Pop was ahead of the game, and
They
Pop
caught up with his ass now.
The style of play is still current. Pop is old. However, this is the thing, and this is the point that I always make, and why my OKC take y'all niggas jumped out the window with it. At the end of the day, the teams that win championships are older. This team is too young. It don't matter how
Yeah,
great
we
the
talking about winning
hold
championship,
on,
bro.
hold on, bro. I'm gonna get there. I said that Wemby was gonna be the most winningest player ever, in my opinion. The way that you get there,
That's crazy.
that's cool.
That's a crazy.
That is crazy.
bro.
I think he's gonna be the most winningest player
That's
in terms of
tough.
championships ever. The thing is that how do you get there, right? It's not about necessarily a younger coach. It's about right now where the Spurs are, it doesn't matter if it's a young coach or an old coach. Those players outside of Wemby don't know how to play winning basketball.
And that's why I say that's a wild take that you just made, because we don't know what they're going to surround him with. Even if you change these players, him winning championships depends on who's in his circle. And
Oh,
who's around
100%.
him. So unless we can say for sure he's going to be, which we can't say he's going to be surrounded, but that's why you can say, he can be one of the best basketball players of all time. You can say something like that, but to say he's going to be the winningest, win more championships, that's super hard to say because we don't know what kind of talent is going to be.
100%. Two reasons why I make that statement is, number one, individually, there's nothing like him prior to him. Maybe after him, obviously he could be a game changer, and now you got 7-6 motherfuckers that's guards. I don't know. We've never seen it. The next closest thing that we done seen right now, obviously his same age group is Chet, and before him it's KD. We ain't never seen nobody else like that, right?
Bo.
Number two,
I knew he was good.
I know,
I
but
think he
Chet
was
balling though,
good.
Ken. You
He
can
is
say
balling.
whatever what you want to say.
Some people say he's MVP.
He shouldn't.
Rasheed Wallace.
No,
You talking about what Rasheed Wallace said? He'll take Chet over Wemby.
he did say
He
that.
said
though.
something crazy like that.
Yeah, and he also said Michael Jordan didn't play defense, but that's
Yeah,
another conversation for
yeah.
another day.
What?
The reason
Tar
why
Heels tripping, boy.
the reason why I say that, the second reason why I say that is when you have such a supremely talented guy like that, it attracts other guys, right? It attracts other players wanting to play there. Who is it going to be? I don't know. Are they going to be over the hill? Are they going to be in the prime? I don't know. But when you got a guy like that, if you're a guard, like you got to be salivating, being like, bro, can I go play with this guy?
These dudes ain't thinking like that though, people. You see it now. You got players that people should want to go play with, but they don't. It's just not working out that way. That's why you can't really say it that way, because you got talent all over the place now. Nobody's running to go play with some of these guys because, like, if it was me and I was in the league, I want to go play at Golden State. Who wouldn't? They look like they're having fun. Well, it used to anyway.
Used to was.
It's different.
But you still didn't get all that talent. The only person that came was KD. And why wouldn't anybody else go? It's
Well,
it's
okay.
more.
So with the Golden State thing, it was a little different because they drafted 4 Hall of Famers, and they paid all 4 of them. So to add an additional guy financially through the cap, virtually impossible. What they did with KD only happened because Steph Curry had bad ankles at the beginning of his career, and he signed a 4-year, $40 million deal.
Who was the
with
fourth Hall of Fame?
Draymond, Clay,
Steph.
Oh, 3. They drafted 3. My bad. They drafted 3, but added another one in KD. So they drafted 3, added another one. The only reason why was because Steph took it looks like a bad deal, but at the point in time, we didn't know he
gonna
was
be a Hall
gonna
of Famer.
Yeah.
Draymond?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Defensive Player of the Years and championships, yes.
No.
What do you mean, no?
He gonna try.
They'll
Did
put
Dennis
him in.
Rodman make the Hall of Fame?
Y'all know it
Dennis
don't take
Rodman.
Draymond
nothing.
is gonna
not
make
Dennis
it.
Y'all know it don't take
I'm
nothing.
not saying he is.
No.
I'm not saying he is, but when you look at the resume, it's very similar.
It don't take
Dennis
nothing
Rodman
to get
about
in
to
the
go
NBA Hall
holler
of
at
Fame.
Kim Jong-un and get some nukes and blow your ass off for saying some shit like that, bro.
I didn't say that they were the same.
It don't
I'm
take-
saying their resume looks equal.
It don't take nothing to get into
that
it.
resume ain't even equal.
What do you mean?
How so?
How is it not?
Draymond is not nowhere near. What?
Did Dennis Rodman ever win Defensive Player of the Year?
I don't know.
How many championships did
He'll probably get in, but
All right, then. That's the only point I'm making.
Everybody gets in.
Nah, everybody
the
don't
Basketball
get in.
Hall of Fame.
Everybody don't get in.
Dennis
Name me
Rodman
one
was
snub.
a defensive
One
stopper.
snub?
Get anybody a snub who should be in there and ain't.
I know there's a whole bunch of them that shouldn't be in there.
He was
I'll give you
defensive
that.
player of the year
saying.
2 times.
Two
Dennis
times?
Rodman, yeah.
Okay,
One more time than Draymond.
I got you.
7-time all defensive first team, more than Draymond.
Bro, if we remember your name, you're making the Basketball Hall of Fame.
7-time rebounding
Like,
champion.
it's just,
Yeah, he
you
definitely
remember
ain't
him?
getting
Yeah,
that.
he in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
How many
Rodman.
chips?
5.
Five. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
about to
Rodman
say
had
6,
5.
but
And
yeah,
Draymond got
had
4.
4.
He's making the fucking Hall of Fame.
Robert Horry got more. Is he
He
gonna
in the
make
Hall
it?
of Fame.
But does he have any individual award?
No, I don't think Robert Horry.
Thank you.
Big shot, Rob.
Shit, yeah.
What individual?
He won the game.
What
for-
individual
He won the
award?
game. Winner.
That shit don't it don't matter.
He was SEC Player of the Year, wasn't he?
That shit don't fucking matter. Draymond was Defensive Player of the Year. He got 4 chips. And how many? He made multiple first and second team all
Damn,
defensive.
Robert Horry was a 7-time champion.
Yeah, he got 7, bro.
So for the face of the league, no Luka.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine having 7 rings and not really and all you're not really doing shit, but doing shit when you needed to do
All
shit?
his accolades was college. The only NBA accolade he got is NBA All Rookie.
That's a
second
hell
team.
of a career,
Second
bro.
team.
I'm only gonna show
That's
up
like
when they need me.
yeah, only show up when you need.
Only
me.
show up when they need me, but I show out. When I do show up, I do show out.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna
yeah.
be here
Yeah,
all
you
the
wanna
time.
win,
I'm
pick
gonna
me
be here
up.
sometimes. but
That's crazy.
So
bro.
back to
What a
what you were
career.
saying, Spike. No Luka in terms of face of the league. Another thing JJ Redick said that I agree. Whoever's going to be the face of the league has to want it. Like Joker don't want it, even though he's arguably the most talented player in the league right now.
want it, right?
He don't. I don't know if Luka want it.
I
think Luka operates in Luka world.
Yeah.
Like he don't want the extra. If it comes, cool. He's just gonna brush it off.
just
but
likes
he doesn't
playing the game
absorb
and
it.
winning, bro.
Exactly. He doesn't absorb it.
What about your man's in Orlando?
Banchero? Like him, I don't think he's face of the league though.
Nah,
He had to leave
don't
Orlando.
have
But
it.
he's definitely you can
He's
see
great.
his impact on that team.
Yeah.
Though. Him and Wagner.
Yeah, great player.
Yeah, he's definitely
But I
turned
don't
that
know
team
face.
around.
I don't
But,
know face.
Yeah, he hasn't. I don't see when I think face of the league, I need to see people talking about you, bro. Like, are you moving the needle?
It's highlights.
Yeah,
It's
something.
everything. It's
yeah.
on and off the court. It's just who you are.
Wemby can't win shit, but all people talk about, all you see is just
It's how great
shit
he
about
is.
Wemby.
Wemby
bro.
highlights. Yeah,
Yeah.
Wemby.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Something crazy he did. Him doing the sham guard and all that stuff.
7'6" Sham got 7'6".
Ain't that not ridiculous?
What are we talking about, bro?
It'll tell you he gonna do it and still do it.
Bro, did y'all see right before the All-Star break the sequence that he had on defense? They the other team got the ball. They threw an alley. This nigga chased down, blocked the alley-oop layup, came down. Teammate shot a 3, got the rebound, told everybody move the hell out the way. Dribble, step back 3, number net. I'm like, bro, what? Like, what is this?
He just got to stay healthy.
He should have been in the All-Star game.
He's been
He
healthy
should've.
though. Or you
No,
just
he
saying
has
just
been.
in
Yeah,
general?
I'm just
Okay.
saying in
Yeah,
general, he
longevity,
has to
longevity.
stay.
Yeah, because poor, and it's such a fluke injury to Embiid because he was having a great year.
Yeah.
'Cause I think somebody fell on his leg, but
was.
that's been his whole career, just fluky shit. But nah, man, yeah, I definitely think Wemby Ant feels like he's climbing. He looks like he has the desire
Yes.
to want to.
He got the mentality.
Yeah,
He got the mentality.
He's in first place.
And here's the thing, Ken. I don't know. You know, I know you're not a big shoe person like that, but he's definitely been saying that he got the best shoe in the league now. And I don't.
Wemby?
No.
Oh, I'm
Ant.
saying.
Ant.
All those ugly ass Adidas that he got.
They're not ugly.
They ugly.
They're not ugly.
They ugly.
They're-
Before you wouldn't wear those shoes.
Here, I would wear them if I was hooping.
You don't hoop though. That's what I'm
Not no
saying.
more.
You
See,
wouldn't
you
wear them.
still, you still on the hoop. Stop looking at it like basketball. Look at it like
Yeah, like people don't say that about good shoes.
yeah.
They don't be like,
Everybody
well, if I
talk
play
about
basketball,
hooping
I'll
in
wear
Jordan.
them.
They just talk about wearing them.
No. But Jordan's on a whole nother stratosphere of shoe.
With
Because
the
we
shoes,
can wear-
period.
but
Kobe's. You wear
People
them
don't
on
wear.
the street.
People don't wear Kobe's, LeBron's, casual.
People wear Kobe's.
Kobe's they do.
People wear Kobe's.
Yeah.
Barely. It's not a big thing.
I'm not a shoe
It's
guy.
not.
They wear Kobe's.
People wear Kobe.
Not like that though.
Yeah, they do.
It was one of the most popular shoes in the holiday season. They
I used to
Grinch.
manage Foot Locker. I sold a ton
The
of them.
Grinches, yes.
That's what it was.
No,
A Kobe
I sold
shoe.
them all the time.
But how many people you see rocking Kobe's
They
casually?
do. They do, bro. I'm telling
They
you, I used
rock
to sell
Kobe's,
them.
bro. Those rockable
People
shoes.
rock more foam posits than they rock Kobe's.
Not today.
Shit.
Not-
Well, foam posits.
Now people don't
is
wear
up there,
foam
too.
posits really no more.
I mean, well, you can't get them. Same. It goes to what Q was talking about, supply and demand. To be honest,
100%.
I was thinking about shoes when he was saying it, but yeah, foam posits are up there. But Kobe's, they wear those. Those are casual shoes that people will buy. They won't buy no Ann Edwards shoes.
No, 100%. 100%.
I would never buy this shoe.
But here's the thing. Steph Curry has the second highest shoe sales behind LeBron. And people don't wear Steph Curry shoes.
Nah, but he killing them white folks game.
I ain't
Bro.
never
He
even
getting all
seen
that
him.
white money.
I ain't
Bro.
never even seen
When
him,
have you
man.
ever seen a nigga rock Under Armour casually? Don't know.
But you said best shoe though. Like you were
So-
talking
so-
about sales.
No.
When I'm
So-
thinking best shoe, I'm thinking like Jordans. Or
No. So what I
that.
mean best shoe to wear on court right now.
Okay, you talking about to hoop?
Yeah, to hoop it, not casually. And I think Jordan is the only player sneaker that is a casual, like everybody wear it. You know what I'm saying? But on court, I think Ant Edwards has the best on court shoe right now. And I don't think it's close. And he's really marketing. He's pushing it. He's pushing it.
He's known for his interviews. At least a couple of years ago, I know he was known for having these hilarious interviews and stuff like that. So he has a personality.
He does.
that helps sell it. You just got to win, and I think
they're
the
winning,
biggest
too.
and they're winning. But now you got to get to the playoffs, and now you got to go off.
Kobe has the best-selling shoe in basketball. If there's a list of basketball shoes, Kobe's kicks are always going to be at the top of it.
It's
He hasn't outsold
The Nike
Kobe,
Kobe
Kyrie,
6
and Kevin Durant.
Pro Tro.
Other than Jordan, those are
Yeah.
the ones.
You said what?
Kobe's, Kyrie's, and Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant, yeah. Kyrie's was up there too.
Y'all know LeBron is like number one active.
Not shoe deals.
the
Not
rest
as far as shoe sales.
People don't rock LeBrons.
I didn't.
Somebody had a line in the rap song. Nigga don't rock LeBrons in the club.
No.
Yeah, who was that? Was that Dom?
I think that was
Dom Kennedy. Let me see, man.
Kevin Durant. Yeah, Kobe sixes.
All right, well, y'all in some shit. I'm definitely not. So
LeBron is up there. He's second. Derrick Rose is up there. I remember Derrick Rose. I was working at Foot Locker at the time. Derrick Rose, Adidas came out.
I remember
made
they had a little
huge
bit of a
push.
run, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah, they had they put huge marketing behind it.
They did.
Derrick Rose was supposed to be
No,
up
100%.
next.
Ja Morant.
He
He was supposed to be Ja
literally was
Morant.
supposed to be that guy. When he got hurt that year, it came crashing down. But they put everything. Adidas put their whole weight on his back.
He
I remember they
was
sent those
the
shoes out.
guy.
He was different.
They gave
Derrick
everybody
Rose-
them shoes, and they
Derrick
really,
Rose
really
pre-injury.
had.
That was,
Yeah.
that was
And again, he was going to be face of the league. People
Yeah.
talked about Derrick
Yep.
Rose like
Yes.
he just wasn't.
So me and one of my homies that lives in Toronto, he sent me this thing from AmazeHoops.com. No injuries. Who has the best NBA career? T-Mac, D Rose, Brandon Roy, Yao Ming, or Grant Hill?
I saw that.
what are the choices one more time?
T-Mac, D Rose, Brandon Roy, Yao Ming, or Grant Hill?
Grant Hill.
I still say Derrick Rose.
I say Grant Hill.
Well, Grant Hill
You
is
say
up there
Grant
too.
Hill?
I can
To me,
say
D Rose. D Rose.
I see Grant Hill too, though.
The couple of reasons. Number one, youngest MVP ever. That and we're talking in LeBron's prime. So let's not make slight of that. And then number two, he's the only player I see rival LeBron's athleticism. In LeBron's prime. We talking Miami LeBron. And D Rose was breaking down D Wade, dunking on Joel Anthony, breaking down LeBron. Like there was nobody.
Grant Hill was special.
I was gonna say
No,
no,
he
Grant
was.
Hill
He
was
was
different, man.
He was.
Special.
But
Grant Hill
to
was
me, he wasn't more
different.
special than D Rose.
Yeah, he was.
He was
Yes, he
different.
was.
Man.
You know what?
You talking
Look,
about like Grant Hill was averaging like 26.
Man, when I saw
8, 9 or some shit like
So
that.
was D Rose.
even
So was
going
D-Rose.
into
And
the league
defense.
from the difference. when they played UNLV, and this is college, we just talking college. That UNLV team demolished Duke by 30. That Duke had nothing. The only thing they added the next year was Grant Hill, and that UNLV team was undefeated.
Wasn't Bobby Hurley hurt the first time? I think he had
he played.
He had like a stomach illness, I thought.
He played.
He was on the court.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
So that second time, the only thing they added was Grant Hill. Grant Hill played point, and they dominated and beat that undefeated UCLA team that shouldn't. I mean UNLV team that should not have lost. Then he went to the league and was special. I mean he was special.
No,
injury stopped him from being
100%. You all right? So where I give, and all of these players would have been great, right? And look, I
Brandon Roy too. Brandon Roy was nasty.
Brandon Roy was crazy. We'll talk about Brandon Roy, but hold on. But let's stick on Grant Hill real quick. Grant Hill and Penny Hardaway was the evolution of basketball.
Yeah.
When those two guys got into the league, it was like, oh, okay. What we've been watching looks old, and these guys look completely different.
Yeah.
Because Grant Hill, I'm not going to give him props for the crossover, but Grant Hill got into the league crossing the likes of Pip. Like, he was making dudes jump way to the right. He crossing left.
Yep.
Like, we ain't never seen that. You know what I'm saying? So, Grant Hill is one of those people. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it's still D Rose because Jordan was on the decline at that point in time. You know what I'm saying? Still winning championships, but from a physical perspective, he couldn't run with Grant Hill. He wasn't jumping with Grant. Jordan was the back down, windshield wiper fadeaway Jordan. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't running and jumping like he once was. That's why I say D Rose was in the league with a prime LeBron and matched him athletically from a wins perspective. They had the number one team in the East when LeBron and them was in Miami.
Yeah.
They had the number one defense. And he was the reason why they even had an offense. He's the reason why they scored. So to me, it's D Rose. Now, B Roy. Oh, we talking Kobe 2.0?
Yeah.
Like that dude was Kobe 2.0.
He was sick.
Clutch,
that knee injury.
mental.
Yeah.
That man has no knee cartilage, bro.
They said they're coming in. They knew that, like, coming into the league, they said that.
B Roy was look.
Portland has they take
the worst
their whole
luck.
injury,
The worst luck.
injury
Greg
crew.
Oden, him. Jesus Christ. Now your boy Scoop.
Yeah. His brain.
He's gotten better though.
Yeah,
He
better.
has gotten better.
He's not what we thought he was.
That was the biggest miss because like I said, Brandon Miller. I mean, Miller been.
Yeah, he been
Brandon
balling.
Miller for
He been
real.
balling.
Yeah, he
Brandon Miller
been
for real.
hooping. I had to
We was
apologize
wrong.
to him. Yeah.
We was wrong because we was like they should have took Scoop. We was wrong.
Yeah. If you look, but the eye test told us
100%.
because we saw what Scoop could do.
Yep.
We saw Scoop battle Wemby. We saw him hoop.
Yep.
And he was balling like he looked the part. And even in the workouts, he looked the part. Brandon Miller looked shaky down the stretch. He looked shaky ever since the situation that happened with the stuff.
And even in
He looked
summer
shaky.
league, he looked shaky.
Yeah, it was like, man, what in the world did we do? I was just, but watching him play, he's the only thing that they got playing with pass and yelling at people to get back. They playing good now though. They playing the Hornets.
Yeah.
What happened to LaMelo? Injuries?
He got hurt.
Yeah,
again.
he's been
he's
injured.
hurt again.
Somebody said in the chat that his shoes got them kids on lock though.
The LaMelo.
So look, if LaMelo can stay healthy and start competing in the finals, or not in the
finals or what?
No, not in the finals. Competing in the playoffs. That's what I meant to
saw
say.
him do
Not
it.
in the finals. If he could compete perennially in the playoffs, get Eastern Conference, maybe making one finals appearance, he could be the face of the league.
As much as I love Melo, he don't
He
ain't
care.
got the work ethic to do it.
don't.
And that's what kills him is the fact that he doesn't work hard enough in the offseason. So these guys don't want to get better. They want to be more popular. More
And ain't it crazy that out of the three brothers, he's the most talented and works the least?
By far, worked
Lonzo
the
was the
least.
hardest working. Jello knew he had to work because he didn't have the skill. And this motherfucker, he got everything and he don't want to work.
He got
They
the
used to say
size,
that, though, right?
the game,
They
everything.
always say he was the most talented.
Yeah.
The youngest typically always is.
Last question. The Bucks, 3-7 since Doc came over there. I don't even know where to begin, bro. Like,
You know, you begin with Giannis. Did you see what Giannis just said?
He said he feel like they're improving, right?
No.
Oh,
what'd he say?
Giannis said, I don't watch no film. I don't do this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
When, I like to be surprised when I come to the game and play.
How you not watch? He said he don't watch basketball at all.
He lying.
He like to see
It
people
look
for the
like-
first time when he play them.
He like Vic. Vic said Vic used to do that shit.
They said Vic didn't even open the tape.
Mayweather,
Well,
but that's a whole nother. different
Giannis,
thing.
it ain't working.
It's not working.
Did you see?
got a
It's
title?
been they got a whole bunch of news clippings lately. Too, Dame named his top 5 lineup, including himself. And the players he named was Bam at the 5.
Like in the league?
Yeah, now it's him, LeBron,
That's crazy.
KD, Steph, and Bam. So he left Giannis off, and that's the biggest. That's what he said.
That's crazy.
That's what he said. He left Giannis off his top 5 list that he wanted to play with, and they've been talking about it, saying like he wanted to be in Miami is where he wanted to be traded to.
That okay. I got
So
you. I
that's
got you.
where they saying
That's
it came
my
from.
bad.
So that's
okay.
that's been the talk of the town for the day.
Joker and B.
Yeah, he
like,
left
what
all
are you
them
talking
off.
about?
He
bro?
left all them off. It said
You
Bam.
went to Bam. Bam.
But you know what? They didn't even say nothing about the Joker and Embiid and all them people. They just talking about the fact that he didn't have Giannis, who's the top 3 player in the league, and your teammate, and you didn't name him as one of the guys you would want to play with.
I got you. If you say Joker over Giannis, who's going to argue?
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to, and I get, he's your teammate.
And even LeBron too.
But you said Bam, bro.
He said Bam.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Giannis don't watch tape.
That's crazy as hell. And to me, what that says, I was looking at wherever I saw it, I was looking at the comments, and there was like, yeah, Doc is a match made in heaven for him then.
Wow.
If an American-born player had came out and said this, they would have got a lot.
They got
a
killed.
lot more flack.
They would have got killed.
Yeah.
He's not getting killed for that?
I
ain't
don't
heard
know.
nothing.
I
Nah,
really
not yet.
haven't seen like the
I ain't
blowback
heard
from
nobody.
Yeah, I saw him
respond to
say it, but I ain't seen nothing about
Yeah.
it.
This would have led all the sports talk.
Here's
shows.
my thing. Like, this must have really been about the Thanasis, bro. There's no way you let a guy that were winning all of these games go to do this. Giannis, I hope Giannis happy with
But didn't they say that he was very strict too?
who?
The coach.
AJ
Man, you're winning
Yeah.
games, bro.
But
So
if he
I
was
hope
strict,
Giannis
if he was
happy.
strict and Giannis didn't like it, maybe that was part of it.
And did you also see what Doc said?
Yeah.
Doc said, "Yeah, I think this is gonna be a little bit harder than I
Yeah,
thought."
he said it's difficult to come in. And did you see JJ Redick's response? It's been a lot with this team today.
What JJ
Just
Redick
today.
say?
What
All this
JJ
is today.
say? I didn't see what JJ said.
JJ went off. JJ played with under Doc with the Clippers.
Yeah,
and he
and
played with him
Philly.
in Philly.
Yeah.
He said, Doc, you do this all the time. I'm paraphrasing, but he said he's always making excuses. He never takes accountability. And he was throwing shots at Doc like crazy. So Doc's son, Austin, got on ESPN today, and they asked him like, "What's up?" And he said, "Well, I'm gonna start off by saying my dad's a grown man. He can defend
He work
himself.
at
I don't have to
ESPN?
defend my dad." Yeah, he works for ESPN, and he
Yeah,
said,
analyst now.
"But JJ, you my Duke partner, you my bro. But where this coming from? Like he made basically like saying like he
made you.
you ain't ball till you got to LA with him with the Clippers."
He right about that though.
Yeah, he's
JJ was almost out the league,
Yes, and that's what he said. Basically, like he brought you along, and he said not to make any excuses for him, but he's the first one fired when something goes wrong. My dad gets kicked out, so it's like,
'Cause it's
yeah,
usually his dad's fault.
Yeah, like you can't say he makes excuses. He takes responsibility for this stuff. He said in the bubble, players admitted that they didn't want to play in the bubble. So when he lost that 3-1 lead, he was at fault. And the second time he said, I forgot what he said the reason was the second time, but he was giving reasons for every time. Everything he said, he had a reason for it. So go back and check out what Austin had to say back to JJ.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the only thing that we can go by is your resume.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And your resume says that you are you're a player's coach, but you don't hold people accountable, because when you're in a position of winning, you lose the locker room. And it's not like a one-time thing where you learn from your mistakes. You know what, whatever, I was a young coach, or this was whatever the situation was, now when I get my next opportunity, it's going to be different. It seems like wherever he goes, it's the same thing.
So I wonder why Milwaukee couldn't see that though. What did Milwaukee see to say,
Why doesn't
fire
the NBA
Adrian
see that?
and bring in Doc?
Because I don't know why they decided on Doc, but it's definitely was something else going on, and I haven't listened to any of the insiders to see what the real truth was. But if all signs seem like a point to Thanasis. And
It seems like they had to make a decision because Greek was upset, and the one that will be the least amount of transitional irk is Doc because he has the experience. He got a championship. If you bring somebody else in, you don't think that they have that same ilk to be able to turn it around.
And he was already an advisor to the.
And he was around.
So
the
he
team
was in.
already
He was in the
advising,
house.
So you hear right.
Yeah, and I wonder what if Dame had anything to do with it
Dame
too,
was
because like I
probably
said,
in
Terry
mind.
Stotts, he got rid of Terry Stotts,
Yeah.
and that was Dame's guy. That's his man.
And you also Terry Stotts was part of the assistant coaching, and then he left before the season started.
That's what I'm saying. He got rid of Terry Stotts, so I don't know if that played a part in it or not.
All right, well, let's knock out these super chats and call it a night. Let's see. FIFO's Werewolf. FIFO, Ken said in an earlier It's the Mike Stallone episode that out of the cast, you would be one of the ones who would get eaten first. Would you eat a person to survive, and who would you pick in order to eat in order to survive? This is Society of Snow.
Okay.
You heard about that movie, The Plane Crash, that happened in
I started
1970
watching it,
something? Yeah, they crashed. It was Uruguayans or something like that.
Okay.
So they crashed and they were there for like 72 days, so they had to resort to cannibalism.
I feel that. Well, first
Pause to
off,
all that.
yeah. First off,
We was
What I
reviewing this show, and it was so hard for me to sit there through that whole thing. You know, say, you should have heard what they was saying.
Everything was paused.
I don't know if I would be one of the first, because my thing is this: we're gonna have to fight. You know what I'm saying? And whoever dies, they die, and that's who gets ate.
Well, I think that's
These are your
like
friends, though, that you're doing this with. This
yeah,
ain't-
you already
Okay.
dead. Like we're not. No one's killing you.
No.
To survive.
If all four of us right now was in a place, and obviously we go 4 or 5 days without eating, and they ain't shit to eat, bruh, friend or not,
Yes.
you're not gonna eat me.
So-
Wait,
just
you would
because
kill us, bro?
I would fight y'all.
no.
You're the only one that said.
Damn, FIFA, we just crashed. You gonna fight us?
Somebody
off?
gonna die.
No,
listen, brother, somebody's gonna die anyway. Is what we're
You
saying.
gotta watch the movie.
So if I die first,
Yeah, we
it is what it
we
is.
asking, do you care if people eat you if you die first?
no, I'm dead.
And then the other
You
question
gonna taste
is,
like Cuban food too. You gonna
the other question is, would you eat somebody?
You fucking right. To survive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raw, that was raw. Like it wasn't no. Raw is crazy. Raw is
Hey,
crazy.
you
But it
gonna
wasn't
have-
no fire though. They was just like taking bites out of niggas' arms.
Look, you gonna have to do whatever it is that you
I
gonna have
told
to
them,
do.
man, I'm jumping off a cliff. Like I ain't doing none of
Spike
that.
with appetizer, bro.
Yeah, y'all come find
He
my.
said
Y'all
he
can
gonna-
eat me,
he
'cause
gonna
I
check
ain't-
out.
I'm not doing any of that, bro. Like no.
Well, I hope you do it in 4 or 5 days, because that's all we got with FIFA, apparently.
right before you start fighting us. and
FIFA gonna
shit.
start
No,
fighting you that
no.
first day. That plane just crashed. We
Hey.
made it. We survived. Here come FIFA.
Nah.
They gonna have a knife over there sharpening it. Like, relax, bro. Help is
Come
coming.
on, FIFA. We ain't even ate
Relax,
all.
dude.
We ain't even ate all the real food we got.
Nigga, it's a helicopter right there. Nigga, put the knife up. You was the first
Little
one to say
Caesars
that.
is right next to us. We crashed
Jesus
next
Christ.
to Little Caesars.
Oh, man.
I'm killing y'all. Nigga.
Y'all got 4 or 5 days, bro. After that, it's on.
That was good.
Man,
Oh,
that
jeez.
movie been short with FIFA. It wouldn't even been no full
It
movie.
was a plane crash.
Yeah. How the credits on this movie
got
just
it.
started.
We got you.
It was a short story.
Yeah, it's over. We got you, buddy. We got you. It's over.
All right. Kobe was a rookie when he did the slam dunk contest. Got Trill.
Yes, sir.
But he did it more than once.
Kev Thimothy, why does Dame have a reputation of being a big playoff performer when he's been individually terrible past the first round every time?
He hit that clinching winning series shot.
Yeah,
He makes a lot of clutch
yeah, he's
shots.
similar to Big Shot Rob, and he makes those type buckets. And he's had some classic
Memorable.
games.
Yeah, you got the
so that's why he has a
He
reputation.
won a series off a game winning shot.
Yeah.
Multiple series. And here's the thing. I always say this. I'm a numbers person, but when it comes to playoff basketball, how many memories do you have? And that's how the greatest players are judged.
That's why Dame even is a thing.
That's why Dame is a thing. Because in the most clutch moments, in the most high-pressure situations, he makes the plays. Regardless if he shot 30% for the
It's
series.
like we were watching the 3-point contest right there, and you was like, Dame gonna win this. Like, he gonna win this.
And you expect Dame time to come up high. You know, it's coming.
Sometime, at some point in time, he gonna hit that.
Yep. Tracy G2, will Dead End be boycotting the NBA and Ruffles for not letting Chris Brown into the celebrity game? And should the NBA
That was
players have
fucked up.
boycotted? I need to look into what happened with Chris Brown, but
So-
that shit was funny to me.
Ruffles said they ain't had nothing to do with it.
Well, Ruffles. The reason why they talking
need to
about
leave
Ruffles is because didn't Ruffles do Charles Barkley?
I don't know. Ruffles sponsored the game, and they said that. Well, people. I don't even know who said that Ruffles. Maybe it's Chris Brown said that Ruffles said that he couldn't play, but Ruffles has responded and said they didn't even know that he was.
Well, they said
going to be
they
on
were
it.
saying something like they blocking Chris Brown still for his past transgressions,
Yeah.
but Charles Barkley has been forgiven.
He threw somebody through a window, didn't he?
Yeah, he did some crazy stuff.
Charles
And they-
Barkley was wild.
He spit on
Yes.
Charles Barkley that was my favorite player.
Yeah, he's done some crazy stuff. But that's what the whole thing is about. But nah,
And you saw that they asked him to sit courtside too.
Who?
So they asked Chris Brown to play in a celebrity game. He said yes. For whatever reasons, I don't know if it was Ruffles, the NBA, or whatever.
Or
They
somebody
they
else.
told him, we don't want you playing in a celebrity game. So he was like, what the hell? So it's the obvious reason is because of the Rihanna situation in his past. And he's like, yo, like I moved on from that. Like I'm living in the now. Like I don't know why my past keeps getting brought up. You know, I've been a good citizen since. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody deserves a second chance.
Has the music been good?
I don't know. I don't listen to Chris Brown like
hell.
that. And then they had the audacity to be like, well, we don't want you to play in the game, but we want you to sit courtside.
Oh, hell no. Y'all can
and
kiss
he
my
was like,
ass.
fuck y'all. I'm good. I'm taking my ass back home.
I think that was ESPN or the NBA that pulled it. I believe Ruffles when they say, bro, we don't give a fuck. Like, as long as people buy our chips, we don't care who playing in the game. But I do think that the NBA or ESPN would have ran into conflict because when he does play, it's not something that you're not going to be able to talk about. They are going to at least have to mention it. At least they thinking that. Because they think that's
Malik
how.
Andrews definitely will.
Oh my God,
you
Malik
already
Andrews doing 30 for 30 on it before the game. But I think that they thought that it would be something that has to be addressed because that's what some of the mainstream still knows Chris Brown for. So I don't believe it was Ruffles.
Not
I
the
think
drugs.
it was-
None
None of that. Just
Okay. Well, that's that. Two more. Spike, I understand now this was by far the worst All-Star weekend, All-Star game I've ever seen. Now I understand why you don't want to talk about NBA. And
And it's so crazy. I used to love this. I used to live for All-Star Friday, Saturday night, bro.
Damn, he shot 31 shots.
Bro, he went out.
Man, Michael
See, that's my
Parsons.
See, that's what's
Cowboys.
wrong with y'all
Michael-
Cowboys.
He was
Yeah.
too serious, bro. Like he was like
that's
trying
what
to-
y'all want.
Michael Parsons is doing
Right,
way
Michael
too much.
Parsons
just in
is
general.
doing way too much.
He's
bro.
talking.
It
I
shit
want him to
scared
be
me,
quiet.
man. It shit scared me. He was like, he was mean mugging CJ Stroud like he didn't get the joke. Like, man, this is a celebrity game, bro. Like, relax. First of
Yeah,
all.
all this
he's doing
commentary
a lot,
he got.
man.
I'm not telling him to shut up and play football. I'm just saying
He doing a lot.
you got to balance it. You
doing a
you
lot.
way up here like you done did a whole lot in the
Emmitt
league
Smith
already.
had some comments about it. Emmitt Smith was like, y'all exactly like y'all won something.
Yeah, he ain't done nothing.
We the ones that won. Y'all was acting like y'all won.
Yeah, he telling him what Dallas needs to do and all. Man, look, you just need the ball right now.
Yeah, Michael Parsons crazy.
Play the
Maniac-
big game. Play big in the big game.
Maniac Madness, really a good point. They let Miles Bridges still play.
Damn, he's still in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, three of those charges got dismissed in court.
I didn't know that.
So you know, from a legal perspective, obviously the backlash and the headlines cause a lot of damage. But from a legal perspective, this man clear.
Yeah, the stories were inconsistent. They said so.
Well, Chris Brown seemed to be very consistent. It's apparently got a pattern. Last one. What's up, y'all? Do y'all think women's basketball has better fundamentals than men's basketball?
Yes.
Alex Hayes, I think so. Appreciate the super chat from all y'all. But yeah, I think so. I think you're seeing a better product from women's sports than you did before. In the past, women were. Well, let me say this first off, because some of those women, like me and my brother was talking the other day, Cheryl Swoops, Cheryl Miller, those players, now that's another level of basketball.
Mm-hmm. One of them got in trouble for talking shit about
Cheryl Swoops.
Yeah, Cheryl Swoops.
Yeah.
What she said about Caitlin?
I saw it, but I can't remember what she said.
I can't remember what she said.
They talked it out. She explained what she was saying, but you can't touch the golden child right now. But anyway, that was a different level. The problem with women's sports has always been the haves and the have-nots. So you have these teams like, the UConn, for example, in college basketball used to be winning 4 championships in a row and all this. They didn't have the level of competition was so far off. Now that gap is closing between women's basketball players, so you're getting a much better product than you saw before. And the fundamentals are there. You're seeing a lot more skill from some of the higher tier players, even though there's still a gap. Still ain't closed all the way.
Yeah.
But it's still a lot better fundamentals. You're seeing more put.
It's more enjoyable now. Like women's college basketball is way more enjoyable.
Yeah, it's more competitive.
They play faster than they once did, and another reason why women's fundamentals was always better than men's.
See, FIFO not sexist.
I'm not. Part of that is because they're not as athletic and they don't rely on. I
Let me finish.
Just give him a minute. Just give him a minute, Ken. That's what I should have said. Just give him one more minute.
Yeah.
Nah, but look,
and I will eat y'all and we crash the plane.
100%. But they don't have the same athletic ability. Like I've never seen a woman LeBron yet. It's coming, bro. Like they're just saying. I haven't seen it yet.
A woman LeBron would be fucking crazy. You got Brittany Griner?
Oh, Jesus Christ! Go ahead, Brad.
She's just tall. She's just tall.
The whole show gonna get shut down.
But they don't rely on athleticism as much as men do. They rely more on fundamentals. And we're seeing that, you know what I'm saying? But the athletic ability of women, I just saw
Juju
recently
from USC is athletic.
No, 100%. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like the women are starting to become more and more athletic. But I just saw a high school girl catch a nasty, I'll send it on IG if I can find it, a nasty body. I'm like, I thought it was boys at first. And they was like, no, this is a girl's. I'm like, okay. And the girls are coming, like with the athleticism and all of that. But fundamentally, they've always been ahead of the men. Always.
Cool. Appreciate that. Super chat, Alex Hayes. And that's it. Yeah, we're done.
All right, cool.
Yep. It's a wrap. So we appreciate you guys. We'll definitely have things to talk about next week because the NBA games will be back Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So we're heading to the playoffs. So
here
we go. Yep. So we thank you guys, and we'll catch you guys next week. We are out. Peace.